Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the show. Hello, Val. What a bite. Thanks, Val. You're a babe, too. Hi, Debbie, Lena, Natadita, Stanley. Who cares? Akolu. Tarima Caruso, Cecilia Brown. Bubbles in the house. Corey K as well. How's it going, everybody? Linda Nolasco is there as well. David Allen Green, a.k.a. Lori. Liz M. Melody Jensen. Stanley again. How's it going? Heidi L. Hi, everybody. Hi, Cecilia Brown. Good morning to you. How's it going? Oh, good afternoon from down under, says Stanley. Vel says, finally got to make it to Alive. I guess this is a good time for down under, huh? Well, glad that Australia gets to watch. So let it Lucy, let it Lucha. Yay, caught you live. Hi, how's it going? Hi, Laura Nightstar. Emotion Engine, been a while since I caught Alive. Well, you're here now. That's what matters, darling. That's what matters. Akolu, hi, baby doll. Hi, how's it going? 3:38 p.m. down under in Melbourne. Oh, Val, I miss Melbourne and I miss you. Blue Egyptian Lotus and Fashion Bunker Friends. Hi, Dacob and Fashion Bunker Friends. Happy to be here to catch Alive with you all. Dacob, your hair looks beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, Jenny Jung. Now let's start the second live stream on TT. Welcome, everybody. Now, I want to say welcome to my YT watches, my TT watches. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome to the stream. The T on TT, baby. So, getting ready. We have a lot to talk about today. Now, I got to say, what, is there an issue? I don't know. No, everything is fine. Hi, Grace Loves Fashion. How's it going? Blue Egyptian Lotus. Hey, I don't see you, says Debs. We're there. Do you see me now? The mug is cute. Thank you so much. So, there you go. Somebody just joined. Hi, how's it going, Duke Lido? Y'all, we have to talk about, so first of all, and just like that is ending. We don't know if they're going to go to another station or not, what have you. But we do have to talk today about the Gilded Age. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to, of course, have some fashion shade. As always, we're going to talk about Hermes. Then we have to talk about luxury tables, you guys. Whether it be granite, marble, stone, the heavy stuff. And we're going to talk about that, and, well, we're going to talk about how it breaks. And when it breaks, what does that mean? Who pays for it? Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. And then we have to talk about, well, a couple of things that maybe we'll just get to it as we get to it. Catch my drift. Jennifer Ashfield, hi. Hi. Hi, Suebi. Hey, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sending the heart. Oh, man, that's such a cute heart with a crown. I'm loving it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay, one thing I got to share with you. So, first of all, I got this mug, right? Hashtag not sponsored. But isn't it adorable? And it's, I got it at HomeGoods, y'all. Everything I say in this live stream is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. Hi, Debs. Hello, thanks for joining us. Hey, Debs in the house on TT. And hi, Tala. How's it going? So it has a little cat, right? And it's kind of doing, the Joanna Parker. Yeah, this is Ali. What's it called? Eliana? Eliana. And it's a whole situation. But I know, look, you guys, when I live stream, I need a mug that I can hold like this. Like it needs a specific type of shape, and it needs to have prints on both sides. So no matter how I lift the mug, it looks like something on camera. I love Joanna Parker mugs that have the shape of the animals, but their only faces are on one side and they are like all bulbous, and it's really hard to wash them, and then to lift them up is dangerous. So for streaming, this is where it's at. So, now, oh, Abel Lambert. Oh, the idiot is back in the chats. Which creator from Down Under will you trash talk today? I never trash talk creators from Down Under. So I think you're misinformed. What I do is defend my friends who have been trashed by content creators from Down Under. Got it? I think you're too stupid to get it. Single-digit IQ, possibly, probably, maybe you're one of them actually, in disguise. You've been sent by one of them, possibly, because they're too chicken shit to show themselves. Moving on. Akulu Bubbles did what she had to do, getting that applause on time. Period. Don't mess with Dacob, says Swebi. Thank you. Exactly. Because IYKYK. Thank you. Yeah, Debbie, brand new channel made today. We know. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Dacob, the hair looks so good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Tip your host right here. So, now. Oh, thank you. Who cares? Thank you so much. I'm going to add you to the fan. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for
Who
streaming
cares?
again.
We're going to have a second one here because thank you so much. Oh my God, you got two right underneath each other. Ah, thank you. Oh, Abel, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this just once because you seem to be, the R word. So Debbie just took you out. Good. But just to let you know, because you're still watching, because you're the loser who tries to troll me on my own channel. Honey, not being accepted by social circles, wanting to be one of them, I would rather die a gazillion deaths than be surrounded by trash. First of all. Second of all, you have watched The Gilded Age way too much. Social circles? Honey, this is not The Gilded Age, okay? This is not a situation where Truman Capote is doing The Ball. This was way after The Gilded Age. And then wrote a book about society that then kicked him out. Honey, what society are you talking about? Let me explain something to you. The people you are talking about are, to me, like that instance. Do you remember a couple of years ago when one of my viewers left a comment, which was amazing on my channel? They are a stewardess on an airfly, what was the airline? Some airline. And she had a customer that had a fake Louis Vuitton bag. And she acted up like, oh my God, don't touch my Louis Vuitton bag. I'm going to use the entire compartment above my seated area to put my Louis Vuitton bag. Nobody else is allowed to put anything up there. So obviously the other people that were also boarding the plane complained. They're like, we also paid for a seat. Why can't we get to put our carry-on luggage also in the upper bin compartment? The stewardess walks in, hears that person complaining. And the person says, my Louis Vuitton bag is not allowed to be touched by other bags. So the stewardess looks up into the compartment, looks down at the lady and says, there's no Louis Vuitton bag here. Catch my drift? Yeah? And since you're so obsessed with me that every time I start a live stream, you're the first one to jump and watch, and then you try to troll comment at me, honey, enjoy the show, relax a little. Maybe you're the one who's never going to be in my social circles. I think that's the problem. You're projecting a little bit. And so that projection that you're trying to push onto me, keep it for yourself. Go back into your mother's basement, sit your fat ass down in front of that sticky ass keyboard of yours and start typing away other hateful comments, because that's all your life is full of. Happy Halloween season, everybody. We can get more grotesque if you want, Got nothing better to do. Hi, 7-3. How's it going? Hi, Boguja. Thank you for joining the live stream. Hi, El Chapo 45. Jenny Young, yes, the crops have been cropping. Akolu says, I had to literally laugh when you said, this is not the Gilded Age, period. Akolu says, note to self, I do not want to be read by Dacob, period. Hi, Louie. And on that note, hi, girl. What's up? Oh, nothing. I've been just squishing single-digit IQ trolls in the chats, and now we're back. Jennifer Ashfield. Oh, I misspelled it. Baba. Baba. And Suebi is repeating, don't mess with Dacob. Period. What's the Rocky music? Well, we can't really play the Rocky music because it's copywritten, but So anyway, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? Okay, so look, I have to show you the mug, which I did show. And then, oh my gosh, the cutest little thing, and I have reviewed it also. I'm going to post it on Totally Dacob, my pop culture channel. Go subscribe to Totally Dacob as well. But I found this little thing at HomeGoods, fell in love with it. It is like a tiny little glazed cake. It has everything I love. It has the Barbie pink. It has Halloween. It has the bats. It has like the donut glazing with the sprinkles. It has the jack-o'-lantern. Oh my gosh. And then you lift it and then inside you can put your trinket. I have my little Chanel ribbons for now, but I'm going to put candy in it. Oh my God. No, when I saw this, I was like, okay, the only thing it's missing, I think it should have had a little tiny nose, but yeah, it still has a price tag on it. It was okay. It's a ceramic thing. $9.99. I got it at HomeGoods, y'all. They also had another one, which was a dark purple with bats, and the top was also a bat. It was more like a chocolate cake version, but this is the one I wanted. It's the glazing. It's the glazing for me. And you don't see the green little sprinkles because of the green screen, but it also has green sprinkles, blue, orange, pink ones. Oh man, I'm such a sucker for something like this. So anyway, we love the bats, right? Oh, Akolu, I wish it were real cake too, but I've been eating s'mores. I had a whole bag of s'mores today. So if this was a cake right now, we would go in sugar coma. Seriously. Hi, IBL Dew. How's it going? Welcome to the chats. Cinmeral says, good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning, sweetie. Hi, Doha. Glad you could join us in the live. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. And then, you guys, McDonald's just launched its new Happy Meal stuff. So, because I'm a sucker for McDonald's too. So I go out and I get a Happy Meal. I'm like, do you have the Ninja Turtles for X Hello Kitty, X McDonald's collab? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, can I have one? So I got a Happy Meal with 6 chicken nuggets, with fries and apple slices. And I took a Diet Coke and I got the one I wanted. There's 12 of these. I don't know. I was like, I don't want to know, whatever it is, it is. I got my Melody dressed as Leonardo. Can we talk? And then, oh no, the green, you don't see. It has a shell, okay? It's a turtle shell, you guys. No, it's fine. Is it adorable? Look at my Melody with the little pink ears and the white little fluffy thing. I wish the L were painted, but no, it's not. It's just yellow on yellow. But it is what it is. And they have these like really big screws in the back, like on the butt and there, which is like, I'm like, it's just a little plastic toy. Can't you just, does it need such screws? Anyway, my Melody was the one I really wanted because the other ones are like green and red and all the colors are really cute. But I'm like, pink, blue, and white? Yes. And also, can we talk? I mean, you know, this is the Halloween moment, you guys. Isn't it amazing? Debbie says, I want the milkshake. Oh, hi, 5'0". How's it going, Cass? Hi, Brandon Pang, Turtle Power. You best believe. Hi, Diana. Thank you for joining us on TT. Hey, Nicole Pancakes. Oh my God, Audrey. Hi, Audrey. You guys, look at this. Audrey, Nicole, and 5'0". All three of you just missed the troll slam down of the century. Oh, it was so much fun at the beginning of the stream. You can rewind later and watch. They tried to attack, but they failed. What would Carissa say? Was it Candy Darling? Is she Candy Darling? Lucy Darling. Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
Talk to you never.
Yeah. Oh no! Anyway. Kaz says, oh no, I must watch later. Good, I'm glad they failed. Yeah, and Kaz, it was from your neck of the woods, too. Of course. Look, at this point, this is where it's at, you guys. People attack me either from Florida or from Australia. That's it. And I'm starting to feel that like Florida and Australia are somehow similar. The audacity, you know what I mean? I don't know. Call me Criskin. I feel like Florida, baby. Yes. Look, both countries have really big bugs. Countries, states. Well, Australia being the country, Florida the state. They both have really big bugs. And they have parts of the country or of the state that are very humid. And, you know, there's stuff happening. People do stuff. Oh, man. Thumb up the live stream. We got 100 likes on YouTube. And we got 1,000. Yeah. Then don't tell me to say it then. I'm not going to do it right. And 1,000 likes on TT. Tarima Caruso, Dacob's got continental shade trolls. Tarima Caruso, don't you know it, babes? They're like, so yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's the same humid basement with the same sticky keyboard. Just no matter what country. Stanley, yeah, full of crocs, poisonous animals, and people are ratchet as heck. Oh, Stanley, we have to make one distinction. I think Florida is alligators for the most part, and Australia is probably more crocodiles. Hi, Jen. How's it going? Oh, we love Dacob. I really love your show about Coco Chanel. Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. Welcome to the chat. Hi, Nikki. So I mean, I know that America also has crocodiles, but they're like in other regions. But I think it's mostly alligators. Like Florida is mostly alligators. But I think Australia is mostly crocodiles. What's that? Oh, caimans. They also have caimans, right? Caimans have like a longer, thinner snout. Hi, Nikki. Welcome to the chats. You know what I mean? Like the longer snout. Oh, yeah. Cass says we got crocs here. Yeah, you got crocs down under and we got alligators here. But then caimans. And I was told that caimans are more aggressive even than crocodiles. So basically, crocodiles should be more aggressive than alligators, but caimans are more aggressive than crocodiles. Or caimans. I don't know how to pronounce caimans. They look freaky. You know, they look freaky with those really long snouts. Oh, the crocs are up north. There you go. Crocodile Dundee, baby. There you go, Jennifer Ashfield. That's how we know. That's how we know. Oh, Jen says, when is the movie you're putting out? And the movie you're putting out with Vivienne Westwood, Art Lovers Unite, when is that coming out? So we are working on getting the movie to premiere in Los Angeles. It's going to take a while, though. Times are rough. But as soon as I know the date, I will be announcing it on all my social media platforms. So, yeah. So stay tuned. It's still going to take a while. Hi, Zendaya Hat. How's it going? Hi, Patrick. How's it going? Welcome to the chats on TT. Cinnamon Roll. We have a great movie called Il Caimano. There you go. That's that's the Italian. That's the Italian name for the caiman, which is not a crocodile again, right? And Tarima, I'm not going to Netflix or Hulu for now because I want the movie to be shown in cinemas first. I want to have a community of people gathering together, sitting together, watching it together, having a Q&A session after that, like building a sort of community. Vivian would have loved that. So before it hits any streaming or any DVDs or whatever, we really want to respect the legacy and keep it very old school in cinemas first. Ambrose Joseph, buenas noches from Cuenca, Ecuador. Hello. Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches. Hi, Nikki. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. Do you use any heat on your hair? It always looks so luxurious. Jen, no, I do not use any heat. Well, you mean like like a heat iron? No. I when I wash it, and I washed it today, I roll it in a towel and I kind of let the towel soak in the humidity. Then I take the towel off and then I do blow dry it just a little bit. so that it's not like too cold so I don't get like a stiff neck or something. And then it kind of is still humid and I just let it air dry. That's it. That's all I do. And then I stream at a certain point. I do have some hairspray in it. Just because like I'm moving a lot around and I don't, usually my hair is very thin, so it would kind of just like end up all in my face. So I kind of have in this area more hairspray so that when I move around, I don't get hair always in my face. But other than that, that's it. That's it. So I don't do like a heat iron or a straightening iron or a curling iron. I don't do that. Alinda says, I hope you make a great profit. We have made no profit from this movie whatsoever. It's just money we invested and we keep spending the money. We're not earning any money with it, but it's a labor of love, you guys. Not everything in this world has to be connected to money. Not everything in this world has to be connected to make it into the social circles, as that idiot said earlier. There's more to life than that, And so some things you make because you really love them. You fight for a cause that you truly believe in. And when you're doing something that you truly love, all of a sudden money means nothing. It's like, yeah, money comes from other places, Linda. That's, money comes and goes, but like something artistic that is very particular, that's a labor of love, that's not easy like money, So that's just really important. And this is also why we decided not to just, sell off the movie to streaming platforms, DVDs, Blu-rays. We're like, no. We're going to do this the right way. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. Kaz, I knew you would know. Yeah, it's like working in theater. You get paid next to nothing, but it's for the love of it. Yeah. And honestly, Kaz, like mostly it's people like us who have worked or work in theater or television or movies or in the arts. Like only if you really have done it, will you understand what I'm saying? Because most people are going to be like, he's crazy. What is he talking about? Like, what? What do you mean? It's a labor of love. Certain things in life, they're done for love. And it's, yeah, money can't buy you that feeling, really. And also the satisfaction of having a community that understands the message and that feels the energy, the connection. Oh my God, priceless. You can't put a price tag on that. You really cannot. And also the interaction. It's like, it's an energy that keeps building up. The momentum keeps going. People start interacting more and more. And on a social level, you just bond so much better. And we are social creatures. So obviously, the more we connect with each other, the more we interact with each other, and the more the synapsi in our brains shoot up, and we actually get to live longer, healthier lives, longer lives. This is scientifically proven, people. Loneliness kills. Human beings are meant to be with other human beings. Human beings are meant to be surrounded by loved ones, by friends, family. That's what keeps us alive. That's what keeps us going. That's what ultimately gives longevity to our lives. So, really important, really, really important to build an infrastructure that enables you to have social interaction as much as possible. Positive, loving social interaction with people you love, people that understand you, also people you can learn from, and also with people that can learn from you. Hi, Zeit, guys, just got here. I hope you're having a good night. Yeah, no, it's great. It's been great so far. I hope you guys are having a good time. Tip your host if you like what you see. Thank you so much.
Anonymous tip $15. I have been obsessed with you since I found you a few weeks ago. I bought over 10 Chanel perfumes cause of you in the past week, no joke. Love you so much. Keep it up, Dacob.
Oh man, thank you so much, Anonymous. Now I don't know if you want to stay anonymous because I can add you to the fan, or if you want me to add a name, but you let me know because sometimes when somebody sends a tip, like they don't know how to type in the name. There you go, 73. All right, sweetie. Thank you so much, 73. That was such a lovely message. Sorry, it's right here. Such a lovely message, and thank you so much for the generous tip. I'm going to add you to our little fan, our summer fan. And so it's a 7/3, right? And I'm going to add little hearts. There you go. There you are, right there. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Um, Chanel is amazing, you guys. And actually, um, pretty soon, I will be reviewing the new blue elixir. I did not buy a full bottle. I did go to test it, and I was given a few samples to try out because, spoiler alert, first test I was like, no. So there's that. Wait, I think I have a makeup issue going on.
Shadow!
Oh no, it's just a shadow? No, wait, I have to fix this. So, I don't think I will be spending the $300 on a bottle because you guys, look, we're gonna do a proper in-depth review on my perfume channel, okay? But I'm just gonna put a little bit of, I'm gonna touch up the makeup. It's a lot of ambroxan, and I think Chanel is making a big mistake trying to run after that whole Sauvage. Like, Sauvage was popular, like, what, 4 years ago? Like, let's call a spade, you know what I mean? And yeah, Chanel, yeah, Zeitgeist, the Chanel is releasing the new version of blue, and I tested it out, you know? I have a sample here with me. Yeah, no. It didn't. I'm like, oh, okay, this is very much a specific type of male client, you know, that wants to have that bra mask for mask vibe. And I'm like, this is not the Chanel I love, you know? You know what I mean? Like, even, yeah, Nata Dida, girl, don't you know it? No, you said it best, that ambroxan overflow, it's killing us, babes. There's a lot of it. And with ambroxan, you guys, I don't mean just like when they use it in male perfumes, but also like female targeted perfumes. I mean, you also have ambroxan in Vel, don't we have ambroxan in Baccarat Rouge as well? That's another one of those, you know. So Emotion Engine says, I'm so tired of ambroxan. It's been in all the trendy perfumes for the past 10 years. I smell it everywhere. Babes, me too. I'm done with it. Done with that. Jen is asking, can you please tell us again what's Wugo? Not we'll go. Wugo Wugo. So, oh gosh, that comes from Lovely Peaches, who was trolled. Somebody called her in the live stream. Somebody asked her, like, so, what would you say if he? Okay, so you said yes, we'll go, or was something like that. What would you say? What would you say if you okay? So he said yes, we'll go, and then she goes, So obviously it's a nonsensical question that was meant to troll, but she treated it as if like it made all the sense in the world, and I love her for that.
What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes, would go?
That's the original quote. So then from that moment on, I was trying to learn the quote, which is really hard to learn. And then at a certain point, I just said, so what would you say if he would go? Would go? So the would go turned into Wugo. And now we just use here in the lingo of the fashion bunker, we just say Wugo all the time. It's like Wugo. It's like you can say it for everything. We can minimize our language into just Wugo. Like, for example, it all depends how you say it. So if I say, oh, hey, how's it going? And you say, Wugo. I'm like, oh, okay. So it hasn't been the best of days, but you're handling it. If I say, how's it going? You say, Wugo. I'm like, oh, that would go, okay. Or for example, I don't even have to ask you how's it going. I could just ask you directly, Wugo? And you say, Wugo. Or I say, Wugo, and you say, Wugo. You know what I mean? You know? No, it's would go, but you spell Wugo, just Wugo. Yeah. You know what I mean? I used to hate Burberry. Oh, what do you mean, Zeitgeist? Do you hate Burberry? Her. Oh, the perfume. It was so screechy. And now, surprisingly, I'm in love with it. Well, maybe did you buy a bottle and then, like, it got a chance to marinate a little bit with oxygen, because that sometimes really helps a perfume. Like if it's like a fresh batch, sometimes a perfume is not, but then after a while, it deepens a little bit, it ripens a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's just delicious. Hi, Terry. I hope you're doing well. Glad you could join us. Grace Loves Fashion says, we need some short videos explaining the lingo. Actually, Grace, good that you mention it. I did film an explanation video a couple of months ago. I just never posted it because what are you going to do? You post a video like that on your channel, you're going to kill your algorithm. Because, like, what are they going to... Nobody's going to watch. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's like, brilliant. Right? And Emotion Engine says, Australians be saying it like, wagar, wagar. Yeah, as they're sending me death threats. Oh, that's a good one. Wagar, wagar. Subi says, we are coming into obsession season. Oh my gosh, perfume-wise? Totally. Completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. And yeah, Swebi, right? Your Chanel number 5 is like that. It gets better with time. It gets better with time. Hi, Joy Love C. How's it going? Yeah, I could make it a short maybe, but yeah. Wait, how long can a short be? 3 minutes, 1 minute? I think you can go up to 3 or 6 minutes nowadays. I thought we'll go means we'll go, whatever goes down, we'll keep on going. Yeah, Deborah C. How's it going, sweetie? Yes, it means that as well. It means whatever you want it to mean, really. So there you go. Oh, it's a 3-minute affair now? Yeah, I think I could get it explained within 3 minutes. I think we could nail that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can we do a 3-minute? A 3-minute? Don't we know it? Okay, so oh my God, speaking of Halloween, which is like somebody had the audacity to comment something on my video. And they said, hello, because you know how I say, like, my birthday is on the 30th of June, and I say it's Halloween season from the 1st of July. And then it's like, it's Halloween season until my birthday again. Hi, good morning, Nectarine Man. Hi, IOGG. I like using Wugo Wugo as whatever. My man is also obsessed with it. Yes, you can also use it as whatever. It's actually like, Wugo. Yeah. So somebody said to me on one of my Halloween videos, and I'm like, oh boy, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Somebody commented, Halloween is not a season. It's a single day event. Like with a calendar countdown that begins typically on October 15th, fall, all spelled in capital, is the season. Just saying. I'm like, girl, who hurt you? Who hurt you? And why do you have to schlep so much luggage, so much emotional luggage? Why do you got to schlep so much emotional luggage? Bro, can this person take a seat and let us live, says Akolu, right? So I answered, I said, not in my books. Here in my world, Halloween season begins on July 1st and it goes until June 30th of the next year. October 30th is just the culmination of certain otherworldly energies. Just saying. The commentator chose violence. Right? So geez, love those so-called online experts. Oh my God, Cecilia, isn't that... Oof. The keyboard warriors, oh, they're a whole other level of trollism. And from a Wiccan perspective, it's a whole seasonal preparation, says Akolu, for when the veil between the living and the realm of the living and the realm of the dead is the thinnest. Yes, and this is coincidentally why on Halloween night, you should not be wearing Paris Hilton dress up or some, like, as what actor are you gonna go out on Halloween? That's
very
not
sexy.
That's not the point of Halloween. The reason why, historically, you're supposed to dress up as a ghoul, as a ghost, as a monster on Halloween night is precisely what Akulu said, because the border between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead is thinnest. And on Halloween night, many of the dead souls pass into the realm of the living. They roam the lands of the living. Well, they try to, attack you, and they try to torment you and torture you. But if you dress up as one of them, they might not just recognize you as a living person. So they might leave you alone on Halloween night. That's the whole point of dressing up as a monster on Halloween night, so that the real spirits do not see you as one of the living. Yes, actually, 7/3, I did have a ghost experience of my own, quite a few. I can tell you a quick one, and I made a video about this on Totally Dacob, my other YT account. And hi, Jimena, thank you for joining us. Okay, I'll do a quickie, another quickie, Val. Oh my God, we have so many quickies today. So here's the thing. Do you guys know, you can Google it later, Falling Water. Beautiful architectural masterpiece somewhere in Pennsylvania in the middle of a forest. And Falling Water was built, in the past century. A very rich salesperson who owned many, not shopping centers, but like department stores, had a lot of money, and he hired a very famous architect, Lloyd Wright, to design him a house in the middle of nature. Boy, what a beautiful historic Frank Lloyd Wright. Yes, Robbie. And Mr. Wright designed a historic landmark in the middle of a forest on top of a little river. So this incredible house that I went to visit in Pennsylvania, coincidentally, right around Halloween, back in 2015 or 2014, I can't remember the year. So they built it on top of a river. So actually water goes through the house. Falling Water is like my dream house, literally. Now it's become like a historic landmark. You make an appointment to go to visit it. They have little groups of, tourists that come to visit, to walk through the house. So I did not know anything about the actual, I think it was called Kaufman or something, the family that originally commissioned Wright to architecturally design and build the house for them. So I didn't know anything about the family. So the father has a wife. He had a son. I don't know if he had a daughter. Coincidentally, the son turns out gay, and that's a whole other story. But the father was not faithful, allegedly, right? So he was kind of always doing stuff behind his wife's back. The wife knew. I didn't know this story. Okay, I know a lot about Wright and his architecture, his buildings. I love his buildings. But I didn't really get into the history of this family. So they're taking us from room to room. We went to the library. We went to the living room. We saw the little river in the other living room. We went to visit the rooms for guests, the guest wing of the house. It's on different levels and floors. I mean, it's amazing. At one point, I kid you not, and I repeat, I knew nothing of the history of that family. They took us into a room on the top level of this building that overlooks the other parts of the building, like down there, right? It's kind of like going into a valley. Beautiful view. So they took us into this room, and the rooms are really tiny, actually. They're not really big rooms. The ceilings are relatively low, so they already feel quite claustrophobic. But I felt okay in the other rooms. But they took us into this one room, beautifully furnished. And I was there with my friends. And they will remember this because they were kind of shocked. When we entered the room, I get goosebumps. We enter the room and I'm like, something does not want us to be here. Like something just felt like it was pushing me out. It was incredible. It was like, get out. And I'm like, what just, there's something in this room. The guide starts talking about the room and says, you know, the owner of the house. And then he says, but we're not supposed to talk about it, but he was not very faithful to his wife. She was very sad to the point where she unalived herself in this room. And I was like, oh, well, now I know what I felt a couple of minutes ago. Then I started reading up on the family and what all happened. And I kid you not, I had no clue about the family's history, what happened in that room. I just felt a presence that was like, get out. It was pushing everything out. And bam. And then they told me, yeah, the lady unalived herself there. So very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So that was definitely a moment. And yeah. And a very strange thing happened the night that my grandfather passed away. That night I was at a friend's house. Hi, Holy Grace. How's it going? I was at a friend's house and I was leaving the house and my grandfather was still alive at that point, but I think he passed away in that moment because he was in his house. So I exited her house. I'm walking down, like there's a little bush with like flowers on the side, little pathway to get to her house. And I just go like, whoa, I saw my grandfather behind the bush. He was kind of like he lifted his head from behind the bush. He wasn't there, but I felt like he was there. The next morning, they told me, hey, Grandpa passed away. So yeah, these really, I wouldn't call them ghosts. I would call them energy experiences. It's like a big shifts in energy. Especially when there's love involved or when there's a form of connection, not necessarily always to a person. I mean, of course, I loved my grandfather, but like I had no clue about the family living in Falling Water. But that lady had a big connection to that house. So her love and passion and frustration, all of that energy is in that house now. You see what I mean? And that energy interacts with other energies it encounters. So when that energy encountered my energy, it interacted. So yeah. Deborah C says, is it her or the husband who is guilt-ridden and rejecting the gay son and rejecting Dacob? No. I don't think that was the case. I don't think she was rejecting me. I think she was, her energy is trapped in that room. You see, because she unalived herself in that room. So that's a big, it's like you're defying nature. You're doing something that goes against it, right? So there's like when that happens, a knot, you kind of a big knot happens. And that knot, I feel, is still present in that room. It's like not letting loose. It's not flowing. But there's that knot and it feels like she wants to leave, but she can't. She's stuck in there. So she's pushing everybody out also to say, hey, help me out here. I want to leave. Zeitgeist says, so sad her spirit is not resting in peace. I always knew you had the sight, Dacob. Ah, thank you, Akulu. I'm very, fine-tuned to these things. FYI, in the spiritual circles, including Santeria, they believe LGBTQ can tap more into spiritual realms since they encompass both female and male energies. That's a really good point. Really good point. And her spirit, my grandpa's spirit. Well, yeah, possibly in the moment when he passed. Yeah. Jennifer Ashfield says, Dacob, you're sensitive to the energy. Cool. It was always her sadness and grief. It didn't want Dacob or anyone there. Or it just wanted to be free. You know what I mean? She was like, I want to be for, because here's what I think. If you are pushed so far to the brink that you decide to do something like that to yourself, it's always unresolved business. It's always unresolved business. You had no time for closure. You had no time to make peace. And I was talking to my dear friend the other day. We were just talking about this unaliving stuff in general, and she said, funny statistic: most people that try to do it and then manage to survive because somebody saves them, almost all of them, after they're brought back, they say, "Oh, thank goodness I didn't go through with it." All of them, if they manage to survive it, they say, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm still alive." And so this is a very interesting point, because it means that we do want resolution. We do want, life has a beginning and it has a natural ending. And things flow naturally. And if things flow naturally, you are allowed to tap into that cosmic energy and flow with it. But if things don't flow naturally, you don't tap into that energy. You're kind of, there's a knot blocking you from kind of just flowing through. And that's when problems start. Anyway, I'm blabbering on about this stuff, and maybe not everybody's into this geeky stuff. Jennifer says, Dacob, you are sensitive to the energy. Cool. Thank you. It was her sadness and grief. It didn't want Dacob or anyone there. And Natadita says that used to be her house, and she still doesn't want strangers to come there. And she was probably also really upset because a lot of the unfaithfulness of her husband happened in that house as well. So maybe she's still like worried. Every time somebody new comes in, she's like, I hope he doesn't flirt with them. Zeitgeist says, it's curious about how the Celts and the Aztecs celebrated the ending of life around similar times, October and November, even though they were unaware of each other and lived far apart. Yes, many different societies and cultures do it in the same time, give or take a day, but in the same time of year. Akulu says, my favorite astrologer says, whatever you leave with, if you unalive, is the same chart energy you come back with. Wow. Wow. Holly Grace, well, of course, it is not a rational brain thing to do. The brain has a brain of its own. Oh, that's a good point, too. So many different levels and layers to it. Yeah. It's an interesting subject. Oh, thanks, Kaz. And Zyka says, what happens to people who end in a car accident? Yeah, that's a big problem. That's also unfinished business. Unfinished business. There you go, Emotion Engine. I'm telling you, I don't lie, babes. Emotion Engine is like, I just looked it up. He cheated with his secretary. What a rat. And it wasn't just the secretary. Allegedly. Carrie says, end of October and early November in my culture are seen as the time when your old self passes away and a new version of you is born for the new year. Darkness brings forth a new light. Honey, I could not have said it better myself. And right now, we are in very deep darkness. But just as darkness takes over, the sun will rise again. Trust you me, it will. Deborah says, Akolo, interesting that many fixed stars were observed by different civilizations, and they had similar beliefs about them. The rich and famous operate differently. Wonder what happened to Princess Diana. She exited early. Also, big knot. Big energetic knot. Big energetic knot. That's just like a crux. It's like stuck there. It doesn't kind of dissolve and just flow, Yeah. Akulu says, I love this topic as a Scorpio. We rule this, period. Saika says, I'm legit curious how we can't say the word. Whoop, there you go. Maybe don't type it out either, babes. But we have a song called Diane Ferret. Because it's Diane. It's very different. But YouTube is weird. We love you, YouTube, though. Oh, damn it, you made me say. I know. Hello, Fashion Bunker. Good morning. Hi, Brenda. Just woke up to the live, trying to get into the subject. Look at energetic knot. Huge emotion engine. That's pretty girl,
Brenda
pretty
tipped
woman.
$15.
Oh, thank you,
Good
Brenda.
morning. Happy to catch the live. Love you, Dacob.
Thank you, Brenda. I'm putting you on our energetic fan for good vibes and good energy. A lot of hearts. There you are. Oh, the summer. It's been so hot, y'all. It's been hot. It's been a hot summer. And so Zyka's like, oops, yeah, better not to. But if you got to, you got to. Hi, Prince Neil. Thank you for joining the chats. Tail Long, so happy to catch the live as well. Sending love. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. It means the world to me. It's so nice to have loving people in the chats for a change. It's so funny. Always good to put stuff in perspective, you know? But hey, haters gonna hate. What are you gonna do? It makes the world more interesting, at least, you know, because they kind of obsess with you. Yeah, let's do the limes and the berries. Let's get to 100 likes here. My sun is in Leo, but my moon is in Scorpio, struggling all my life. Ooh, not Adida. Yeah, tricky one. But you know what? It is what it is. We got to take it with a pinch of salt. With a pinch of salt. Ah, there you go. That's a good segue. So who cares is like asking, what did Hermes do? That's a good question. Let's talk about it. Let me just find the point. Where? Here it is. Oh, Terry, thank you.
Teresa McGuire tipped $25.
Good night, Terry. Terry. With a little smiley face. Whee! That tip music starts here. Oh, Kenny, thank you. Oh, wait, let's do Kenny. Oh, we can do Kenny.
Teresa McGuire tipped $5. From Kenny.
Kenny. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So, let's talk about it. So, wait, what was my intro? I have like a catchphrase that I prepared, and that would be, oh, here it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whew, let's get ready. Let's the hair ready. Let's film this. Is this the worst Hermes mistake ever? Let's talk about it. Now, does it involve their bag? The Birkin? Hello, co-host. Or as Carrie Bradshaw would say to her shoes, hello, lover. But no, my bag is not my lover. Matter of fact, my bag is always fighting against me for some awkward reason. But Hermes might have just made a really big mistake. What is it, say you, ask you? Well, I'ma tell ya. But first, subscribe to my channel, thumb up the video, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. There is a few articles and an interview out there with a certain someone talking about Hermes and how they were approached by Hermes to do something, and they said no. And I have here bits and bobs of the article. Hermes, the luxury French fashion house, once considered naming a handbag after Jane Birkin, and they got it. Grace Kelly, and they got it. Jane Birkin said, yeah, you can do it. She settled with them and said proceeds, can go to charities of her choice because she was a very charitable lady. Awesome woman. Great artist, too. Great singer and actress. I'll never forget her performance in Death on the Nile with Peter Ustinov as Hercule Poirot, the Agatha Christie film version of her novel. Yeah, Jane Birkin was in it. And she was really good in it. And that was back in the 80s, right about the time when the Birkin's inception just happened. But no, this is another lady that Hermès apparently contacted back in the early 90s. So envision this. We are just almost a decade away from the inception of the Birkin, because the Birkin was conceived in the early 80s. And 10 years pass, more or less, and Hermès started thinking, well, we should kind of also launch a new bag. We've done Kelly, back in the 60s, 50s, then nothing until the 80s, then the Birkin in the 80s. Now in the 90s, it's time for another little revival. Who's the most famous personality in the world of the arts or fashion at the moment that we consider really cool? They picked Claudia Schiffer. Let that sink in. Let me blend in Claudia Schiffer for those of y'all who don't know who the lady is. This is the lovely lady. This is one of her recent photos. Credit to Claudia Schiffer's Instagram account. So this is from her Insta, or credit to I don't know who, but it is on Insta. And here's what happened. As Claudia Schiffer reported in an interview, by the way, she does look fabulous. Still to this day, I adore her. She said that back in the day, when she was Karl Lagerfeld's it girl, the Chanel girl, okay? She was top of the world. You remember the mid-90s Barbie collection at Chanel? Like, that was all the rage with the heart bag that then the Barbie movie kind of redid again in pink for Margot Robbie as Barbie with the Chanel logo on it. Yeah, that was all first in the 90s, done by her. Well, worn by her, designed by Karl. So Claudia Schiffer gave an interview, and they said, like, one of the biggest things that you regret. And she says, well, one of the biggest things I regret was when I was at the height of my career, back in the day, in the 90s, Hermes actually approached me, she says, so I gotta say allegedly. Hermes approached me and they were like, we would really like to make a new bag design and give it your name. And we would like to work with you. Just like we did with Jane, when she sketched out on a napkin in the airplane the idea of what bag she would like for her diapers and her child and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we all know Birkin, the diaper bag. Thank you, Jane. The cheapest diaper bag out there. So, Claudia was approached by Hermes and they asked her not just to use her name, but they said, we would also like you to, I don't know, design it with us. Give us your input. What sort of bag do you need for your lifestyle? We already designed the diaper bag. Maybe now we can design a bag for a top model that is, jet setting around the world. And maybe you can help us design a bag that will suit a vibrant young woman's active lifestyle. Well, guess what? Claudia, like a good German, she did not make a choice on her own. She went to her manager or agent, well, somebody who was managing her, and she talked to them about this. And apparently her management was the one that told her, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So then she listened to her management or her agency or whoever was responsible for this decision, and she said no to Hermes. To this day, she regrets it. I would too. First of all, can you believe, like, having a legacy like that your entire life? Like, how can you decide to not do something like that? But fine, we can sit here and be sad or upset about this. I'm sure she's even more upset than we ever could be, because not only did she lose the money, but she also lost the privilege of an iconic bag that could have been in circulation like 40 years by now, or 30 years by now, since the 90s. You do the math. I'm terrible at math. But we digress. But here's my point. We can sit here and cry about missed opportunities. I think Claudia Schiffer is still probably super wealthy, successful, and she made also some choices that brought her a ton of money in her career and life anyway. So I think she did really well for herself even without Hermes dedicating a bag to her. I'm not worried about her. I think she's still super successful, amazing, rich, and beautiful, and whatever have you. But here's my question, you guys. At the end of all of this, us bag lovers, what I really want to know is what bag would she have designed with Hermes, A, and B, because I believe Hermes already had an idea of the direction in which they wanted to go with a bag that they would name after her. So my question is, what do you guys think of the bags that Hermes released in the 90s, a year or so after they asked Claudia to collaborate with them? Which one of those bags might have been the Claudia bag? Because, mind you, Hermes did try some new designs in the 90s. They did release some bags that were new to them in the second half of the 90s, in the first half of the 90s. So I am really curious now to know which one of those bags could have been named the Claudia. And not only that, but this also shows us how brand marketing works. Because trust you me, there are Hermes bags out there that are far more practical. As much as I love the Birkin for its heritage and everything, and I have one, but there are Hermes bags out there that are a gazillion times more practical than the Birkin, that are a gazillion times more functional. I mean, just opening this thing up is a task. There are Hermes bags out there that are not quota bags, so meaning there are Hermes bags out there that are easier to get, that also cost less. Just to name, Bolide, for example, is a masterpiece of a bag, in my opinion. Plume, also, love it to bits. Like, these are all bags that don't really have the reputation that the Birkin and the Kelly have, just because of brand marketing. So I wonder, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Which bag do you think from the 90s, like as new released designs from Hermes, which one of them could have been the Claudia bag, had she allowed them to use her name? And second point, had she allowed them to use her name for said bag, do you think that bag would today be as iconic as the Kelly and the Birkin, and to some degree also the Constance? What do you guys think? Yeah, Joy Love C says, I think the Bolide for Claudia, but the Bolide already existed way back in the 20s even. So they would have to, but technically the Birkin also existed as a Huck before Jane redesigned it. So maybe Claudia would have redesigned the Bolide, tweaked it a little bit to call it the Claudia. It's a possibility. Nikki says Garden Party could be her one. But I'm just thinking, like, we would have to really go in depth and analyze which Hermes bags were launched for the first time in the 90s, and then see which one of those might have been the one they thought to use for Claudia. I'm really interested to know this. I would love to be a fly on that wall in those archives at Hermes, to know, to go through their books, to go through all of their, thought process, ideas, stuff that was published, not published, that went into production, ideas that didn't make it all the way to production. Oh my gosh, this is the stuff that I geek out on. This is the stuff that makes me love a brand even more. I know a lot of people, they just love to see who on social media has what bag and what expensive car, and then they get the FOMO. I could not care less about any of that. I love history, heritage, design ideas, advertisement campaigns that maybe didn't go through, the reasons why, what political movement inside of the company made some decision go in that direction instead of that direction. These are the things, the intricacies that make me really kind of, want to grab my Birkin and hug it again, Seeing some bimbo on social media show it off, unboxing the 50th Birkin yet again, makes me want to vomit and not want to touch my Birkin anymore. But learning the history and the heritage of a brand and these little nuances is what actually makes me love my Birkin. Catch my drift? Akolu says, I just looked at a list of all the main Hermes bags, but none were introduced in the 90s that are now iconic. Bingo. Hence why I believe they were also very much into this idea of needing a big name attached to a bag in the 90s because they really needed to revitalize their brand, because they were not that huge in the 90s. And they were still many years away from that mythological Sex and the City episode where Samantha really wants to get the Birkin with Lucy Liu. That's what made the Birkin, again, even more immortal. But there's a whole period between the 80s and that episode of Sex and the City in the late 90s, early 2000s, I think it was in the early 2000s, there's a whole decade in between, even more so than a decade, where Hermes, yeah, it was popular. People knew Hermes, but it was not at the level of popularity that it got after that Sex and the City episode. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So let me know your thoughts down below. Which bag could it have been? Subscribe, thumb up the video. Let's get to 100K. Love you loads. Never give up on love. Bye. Oh, Vespa might be a contender. It was produced by Hermes from 1997-ish up until around 2009. That's a possibility. Also, like you guys were saying earlier, it could have been one of the classics, just a little bit tweaked. Like, for example, like somebody said the Garden Party. It might have been the Garden Party. Maybe just a different size. But we'll never know. Oh, man, I would love... And then also what I would have asked in the interview, the first thing, so if Claudia would have told me like, hey, I really missed out the opportunity, blah, 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 I regret it. My first follow-up question would be, okay, well, let's imagine that we're back in time. I am Hermes asking you to collaborate with me. You are Claudia from 1995. Remember your lifestyle back then. And if I were to ask you to design a bag with me, just like Jane Birkin did in the airplane on a piece of tissue, here's a white paper. Sketch out something, a bag that you think would be really good for your lifestyle back in the day. And then she starts sketching out and she says something like this. And then I would be like, there you have it. That's how you do an interview. Just like, because it's fun for the person being interviewed. You also give them that energy that they were missing all those years because you're showing interest in what they have to express, their desires, their dreams, and you make them relive a little bit of their past. That's how you do a freaking interview. The Schiffer has a nice ring to it, right? Yeah, I agree with you, Sandra. But I love Claudia. She can do no wrong in my book. And I just, she should design a bag. It's not too late. Why don't they ask her now? Maybe in the interview she was saying, I regret this, like, Hermes, ask me now. They might not want to ask her now because they think she's not in her prime of popularity anymore. But I'm like, she's iconic just as their bags. Oh, well. But I guess they always gave women the name of their bags when the women were in their prime. Think about it. The Kelly bag became famous when Grace Kelly was pregnant. She was hiding her baby bump. That is like the prime of your youth. Jane Birkin, same. She was super young. Famous actress, icon, very young, and she got the Birkin bag. So I think Hermes has a vision of a certain type of youthfulness to go with the bags, but yeah. Who cares says she's iconic but not relevant anymore. She is to us, but I know what you mean. Like, she's not like, who is relevant nowadays from all of the fashion people, from the models? I honestly, I think even the you see, I don't even remember their names. The two sisters, what are they called? Forgot. I don't even think they're relevant anymore. What are they called? The ones that had so many, that the ones that look like they had a lot of plastic surgeries. I forgot. Oh, the Hadids. Like a, you know, yeah, the Hadid sisters. Oof, no. Naomi, yeah, Cecilia. Naomi is also still amazing, and she's like really, really at the top of the world still today. I don't know if they would ask her though, because I don't know if they're looking for a generational shift, meaning they want somebody in their 20s. It all depends, like what they're thinking of, like which direction do they want to go into. You know, what sort of customer base do they want to attract? We need an Antique Roadshow episode dedicated to handbags. Would be fabulous. I wonder why Lagerfeld never designed a bag with Claudia's name. Because I think, you know, that they had a falling out in the 90s. And I think he was about to do something like that. And then she started walking for other designers and he wanted her. He was very possessive of her. He was very possessive. And she was like, girl, let me have my life. Let me have my career. And so he got really upset with her he didn't want to work with her. He felt like she betrayed him when she went to Versace. Because Carl didn't create the top models. Gianni created the top models. The whole concept of top model was Gianni Versace. And Claudia was one of his top models. Carl never got the chance to be the king of the top models. Gianni was the king. And I think Carl there was competition. So it was more than like being angry with Claudia. I think it was more his rivalry with Gianni. So, you know, they had a falling out. He didn't want to book her for shows anymore. You know, and then it took years and years and years until they made up again. And then he booked her again for Chanel. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was, ooh, cha. That was juicy. That was a juicy affair back in the day. Yeah, Carrie. Yeah. She became like the top models, which she was one of, thanks to Gianni, not to Carl. And George Michael's film, yeah, the music song "Freedom," but that was what consolidated what's her face, Linda Evangelista, more so because Claudia wasn't in that clip. But Turlington was one of them. Claudia, Linda, Naomi. Oh yeah, and none of it had anything to do with Carl. So he must have been, could you imagine? He must have been fuming. Hmm. Oh, Jason. Yeah, that could have been the Liddy clutch could have been it. It's a possibility, yeah. Oh, A is asking, have we seen Tamara's insanely huge bags lately? The proportions aren't working out well for her, even though I like her style, but not when she wears stuff 5 times her size. I look, is anything working out for her? And we digress. I love Christy Turlington too, Robbie. Yeah. You know, is she finally getting married or are they going to call it off? What? What's going on? I don't know. Just ask Yasmin Le Bon. Ah, another fabulous model. I actually own the shoes that Claudia is wearing, the iconic sweater and leather skirt Versace ad passed down from my mom. Carrie, the second you described this, I have the exact precise visual of that ad campaign burnt into my brain. This is one of those iconic moments, I think all of us who were alive back then, if you just say the iconic, even without iconic, the sweater, leather, skirt, Versace ad from the 90s, all of us know exactly what the photo is, how the models were standing next to each other, the different color variations of the sweaters, and that metallic skirt, and the shoes with the thick heel, with the Medusa gold. Like, it's burned into my brain. Like, that is, like, that's iconic. We will never forget that. Never. Never. Okay? Yeah. Ah, Tatiana, Cindy, of course. No, no, no. Hi, Renegade Realtor. No, we're not going to forget them. No, 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 no. The Renegade Realtor is like, don't forget Cindy and Tatiana. Okay, going to go floss now. Shalom Harlow. We will not forget Shalom either. No way, Jose. I get all my love for fashion from my mom, says Carrie. Her collection is insane. She owns the Todd Oldham silver skirt and refuses to give it to me. Well, you can look at it, photograph it, and you know what I mean? Respect it from a distance. Cecilia says, love those Versace ads from the 90s. Still love some of the catalogs from the boutiques. Cecilia, I never do this, but I'm going to say this now quickly because I love you guys. So I don't reveal what I film ahead of time because I film a lot of my videos also offline and then I post them later on. Earlier today, I was filming some stuff and I was talking about fashion and like you said here, Cecilia says, love those Versace ads from the 90s, still have some of the catalogs from the boutiques. I was talking about how I love to wear a certain perfume after I take a shower. And I either, I wear like my bathrobe, I put my hair in a huge towel, and I'm feeling my oats. I'm eating like bonbons or something like Peggy Bundy from Married with Children. And I go through vintage Vogue magazines. Okay, from the 80s, late 70s as well, but mostly 80s and 90s. And I just live in a fantasy in that moment. Like, I feel like I'm back in the 80s or the 90s. And I just took a shower. I have a specific perfume on and I go through Vogue like it's brand new. And like, I'm looking at what to buy, what to get inspired by. Oh my God, that vibe. Nothing beats that emotion. And it's a time machine. It takes you back. Vintage fashion magazines and also catalogs. Oof. I don't keep the new catalogs. Trash. Really. But you get an 80s or a 90s fashion catalog from these brands. It doesn't have to be Vogue. It can also be some other fashion magazine. Oh yeah. You don't throw that away. You do not throw that away. That is just poetry. Poetry. Really. Really. Oh man. Oh, Deborah C. Vogue Italia. And L'Uomo Vogue, also in Italy, also fabulous. Cecilia says, me too. I've been collecting Vogue for years and kept all of them. If you have the 90s and 80s Vogues, it's such a trip to go down memory lane. And then you wear, perfume from that era. So you also smell of that time while you're kind of going through them. I'm telling you, we lost something when we entered the digital era, We lost something. We tapped into digital stuff, but we untapped from kind of a reality, an analog sense of reality, an analog sense of time passing, where everything was slower and paced at such an elegant rhythm. Now there's no elegance anymore. You know, the rhythm of today, it's very much a slap in the face constantly. And everything trumps something else, and you don't have a time to metabolize, to digest really anything. And this applies to, you know, perfume reviews, bag unboxings. It's like we're just rushing to get the latest new thing, and we never spend the time to enjoy what we already have. And this is something that we did in the 80s and the 90s. Like now you don't do that anymore. Like now, heaven forbid, you were to be seen on your IG 2 posts wearing the same outfit twice. I'm like, where are the days where you bought something you really loved and you wore it till it fell apart? I'm sorry, but I want that in my life. I don't want to run after always buying new clothes, new clothes, new clothes. I love the stuff I love. And honestly, I really water off a duck's back when trolls come at me on my social media and they're like, oh my God, he's wearing the same shirt twice. I'm like, yeah, because I love the shirt. And I'll wear it another 50,000 times if the shirt holds up after so many washes. It doesn't affect me. People trying to comfort me for saying like, you have to wear something new every day. I'm like, you want to be in that prison? You want to live influenced by consumerism like that? You're the one, you're being manipulated. You're the loser here, not me. So I miss the times when we had analog media, when we went out with friends and not everybody was sitting at a table looking at their smartphones instead of looking at each other. I miss the days when you would and the kids nowadays, if you tell them to mimic a phone, what are they going to do? They're going to either flip it or they're going to look at it. Like, that's the phone. Like, call me. They're like, I'm like, no, this is call me. Lift the phone. There. This. Okay? I miss the days when we had rotary phones. I miss the days when you actually put your finger and you dialed. And then when you dial, and then the rotary phone, the dial kind of moves backwards again. The heft of pushing the dial, letting go, and having it go zzz backwards. And then holding it in your hand. No pun intended. And then when you're done talking, you put it down, and the heft, when you put it back down, and it does the cling. Kids today don't know what they're missing. First time making it to a live, says Lena. Love these chats. It's late here in LA. It's late, Lena. Don't we know it? But I got my late night coffee. And I'm glad you made it to the chats, though. So just saying, being connected to the wall in your kitchen. Oh, man, Jennifer, that's what I'm talking about. And then having the really long twirly cord that is like miles long, and like you can take the phone from the kitchen into the living room. Oh, man. And then to have the cord and then you can like twirl it with your finger while you're talking. And then leaning on to the shoulder like it's here. I have my Moschino. Remember this from 2015? It's for a smartphone, but I got it because it, you know. And I know this is like one of those digital ones, but imagine a wire and you're like, yeah, and you're like cooking, you're like, you know, mixing, you're preparing some dinner. Like, yeah, Samantha, what? No, I'm just getting ready here, preparing the bechamel for the. What did she say? No. Oh my God, wait, hold on. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, girl. Yeah, you gotta come over. We should make some popcorn and watch a movie. Yeah. Oh, did you hear? That new movie that just came out on VHS? Yeah, I was at the movie. The Breakfast Club. John Hughes. Molly Ringwald. We got to see it. Okay, it's a date. You bring the popcorn, I bring the movie. We're going to rent it out. Okay, love ya. Bye. And then, cling. Chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss. Don't we know it? VHS, of course. What do you think? Blockbuster. I would even take a wireless landline with a dock. Still nostalgic and a clank when hanging up. Those were the days, you guys. And your mom eavesdropping from the extension phone in another room. Yes! They slowly pick it up so you don't hear the cling. And mom shouting, just stop talking to your friend for hours. I can't get you. Yeah, like you're going to see each other tomorrow. Stop calling. My cousin and I got in trouble as kids for calling the operator for the cops. We were playing cops and robbers. Oh my God. Carrie says the kids don't know the immaculate vibes that the 90s and early 2000s had. We had a party line in the country, so my mother would switch to French. Says yeah, the Breakfast Club, babes. Today's live stream is turning into a nostalgia trip. I hope everybody on TT is having fun and YT is having fun. Double streaming there. Hi, Valentina Manzelli. Nobody's really chatting in the other chat. Guys, I read both chats, so... You know, let yourself be known and seen. 5foot says, I have an old school phone receiver that I plug into my smartphone. Oh, that's a good one. Begging to have your own phone for your room. The cool ones that were shaped like lips. Oh. You remember when Swatch in the 90s released the double-sided phone in transparent plastic, and you could your friend can come over and both of you can hold one part of the phone and talk to a third friend? Man. Naked Eye says, remember how many times we rented the movies, all the late fees for not returning them on time? Be Kind Rewind as well. Yeah. I rented out a lot of them. My mom loved Beaches, so we also watched Beaches a lot with Bette Midler. That one always breaks her. Dirty Dancing. That VHS tape was demagnetized by the end of that summer. When Dirty Dancing came out on VHS, forget about it. We watched it once a day. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, don't get me all teary-eyed. Hi, COMG. Hey, and the chat's on TT. I grew up with CDs and DVD players. Oh, Zeitgeist, you are a youngin'. I'm keen for Freaky Friday 2 next week. Me too, babes. Me too. So, speaking of, oh, Jen says, mine was Pretty in Pink and Ferris Bueller. Well, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is also John Hughes. Pretty in Pink is not directed by John Hughes. I think he wrote it and produced it. I think 16 Candles is John Hughes. Either 16 Candles isn't John Hughes or Pretty in Pink. One of the two he produced, but he wasn't the director. But he directed Ferris Bueller. Because if you actually look at the movies he directed just a small amount of movies, but he had his own production house and he wrote a lot of them. Gone too soon. Yeah, so, all right. If you break it, you buy it. What do you think about that? Oh, how do you know so much about everything, Dick? Asks Jen. Because I love to learn and I love to listen to people and I love to get to know as much as possible from the world, you know. And I get to know most of this through my friends and people that I interact with all the time, you know. Not everybody's a troll, dumb, nitwit, idiot, single-digit IQ baboon. There's a few trolls that annoy you, but you just gotta know how to do this, you know? Get rid of them like lice. And then the rest that remains is wonderful people with wonderful intentions, beautiful intentions, a lot of knowledge, a lot of desire to share with others what they know, and also desire to learn from others. what they know. And that's my people. That's my people. And Zyka says, and because he's a vampire. Yes, I am 237 years old. There's that. There's that as well. That little detail. There's that little detail that I am 237 years old. We'll go. Holly Grace says, I love people. And that mindset has attracted even more great people into my life. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. And the more people you know, and the more you manage to recognize poison, and you get the poison out of your life. And really, it's not that easy because you got to learn how to do it. You got to learn how to get the toxicity out of your life. Some people are energy draining monsters and narcissists, and they really have a tendency of parasitic entities. They stick to you. And you feel kind of obliged to indulge them further, when in reality, you just got to say, chop it off, cut it off. You're not going to leech off of me. Get away. And you got to learn how to do that. And that really helps a lot. Knowing how to identify the good people as opposed to the bad ones. Yeah, really important. Really important. Oh, Deborah C., you said it, girl. Some people are very insecure and jealous. There's no winning with such people. No, they will always envy you. They will always, always, always want to put you down. They will never support you. They will never fully commit to embracing you as you are. They will always want to highlight your flaws. They will always find a way to passive aggressively put you down. You know what I mean? Reminds me of Super Size Me, when McDonald's called people who ate there one time a week heavy users and were not responsible for weight gain. Fashion will blame consumers for destroying the environment. Fashion will blame consumers for destroying the environment? They might try, but fashion might try, but it's fashion's fault, not the people's fault. People made fashion, but you know what I mean. It's the corporation's fault. Yes, the masters of the backhanded compliment. Holly Grace says, yeah, sounds like my boss. And then there's those who I'm only good for them to tell their problems to. Oh yeah, Grace. That's another one. They're only there when they got an issue, and they get to suck off of your energy for a couple of minutes or hours, depending on how much you're willing to give them. And then when they're done, they're done. They go away and you can just suck it. They don't care. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we've all known those people in our lives. Look, and none of us is an angel either. So, but it's a process. Nobody is innocent, okay? So we start with this premise: nobody's innocent. So you got to work on yourself. You got to really understand how to objectively as you can, because we're all subjective in many ways, but consciously analyze your behavior with people around you, and you have to learn how to stop yourself from overstepping, And this is a process I had to learn too. I'm like, hold on a minute. This is not about me now. So shut up, Dacob. Listen. Take it all in. Hear if there's a question, if there's a need from a friend, and then give to them. Very important. Very important. In many respects, if the friend needs time, you give them the time. If there's a lot of things, because sometimes people would say, well, you wanted time, but what about me? What about my time? What about my time? Like, well, it's not always about you. It's not. There's other people too. So you have to also be aware when you are over pushing it in terms of me, me, me. Sometimes you got to stop the me, cut that ego a little bit, and listen to the friend or to the family member who's in front of you. Yeah. So, yeah. There you go. So I used to organize parties with a frenemy. She took full credit for everything. I helped her redesign the interior of her house. She never invited me to the party. I had to pull back from that one. Ooh, wow. So you kind of decorated the whole house for her and then you weren't even invited to the party? Ouch. Grace says, lols, but they only want to rant. They always justify their actions, which I get. But I have to say, I can practice my listening ears. You got to set your boundaries too, of course. Yeah, of course. Lena says to Kaz, thank you. That helps a lot. Definitely checking it out. Good to have an actual rec. My friends and family don't quite get it. Don't be too quick to cut someone off. Jen says, sociopaths I have had experience with, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the club. And that is so cool. And of course, they are on Amazon. Oh, okay. We're talking about stuff you're buying. Alina Poe says, hello, Dacob. Hi, Alina Poe and Bunker Fam. Hope you're all well and staying fab as always. How's it going, sweetie? And there should be reciprocity. Oh, Velasquez, for sure. Yeah. It's just hard to find a balance, you know. You need a good friend to be able to also listen to your energy, you know, and tactfully work in synchronicity with you so that you guys can balance yourselves out. Very important. Very important. Deborah, because she wanted to take full credit, unreal. Of course. They'll snatch whatever. We've seen it happen on YT as well. Oh my God, Kaz, thank you so much.
5FT nothing tipped $100. I'm pleased you're looking much happier today, smile.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, yeah. We'll go, babes. 5 foot nothing. Five foot nothing in the house, on the fan, Mickey Mouse. Thank you. Very generous and kind of you. Thank you. Why can't people be happy for someone else's success and talents? It's so malicious. I completely agree with you. And also, people need to learn to also compliment somebody's success. To really, to say like, I am so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I am thrilled that you got this, that you found, look, and you know what? On my social media platforms, it's one of the best exercises that I do on my channel when somebody comments. Like, for example, I unbox a box of Lábubas or just, you know, one of those things with toys. And then people in the comments come and some people want to share what they got. And they say, Dacob, I just got the secret Labubu. I found a secret Labubu in gray, you know, in brown. Or, oh, when I was talking about the Ninja Turtles, somebody said, oh, I got 2 of the pink ones. I got a green one. I got a blue one. Even if I don't know who these people are, because I've never seen them and they don't have a user profile picture, you know what I mean? It's just a name. It's an exercise. I always answer and I say, wow, congratulations, wishing you a lot of fun with it, you know, like fire burst emoji. Like, you exercise yourself to feel positive emotions when something nice happens to somebody else. And I'm telling you, it is really important to learn how to feel positive energy when something nice happens to somebody else. It's not a given. Our society is so demented. Like, we have a tendency of like, I'm jealous. Why I'm jelly. I'm like, no. That word is not in my vocabulary. Oh, I'm so envious. I'm so jealous. No. I am happy for you. Because if you are happy and you feel joy and you are successful, then you'll be nicer to other people. Then other people will also be more successful. You know what I mean? So it's very, very, very important to also learn how to feel happiness and joy for others. It's not a given, not always. Not always. You gotta really, you gotta force yourself. You learn, you put yourself in that position to allow the positive vibes to go through you, the positive vibes that are coming from somebody who has experienced something beautiful and something nice. And you then take it and you say, wow, I'm so happy for you because you being happy makes me happy. Does that make any sense? Because I don't know if I explained it correctly, but it's really important. Really, really important. Yeah. So Cinema Rose says, I'm so lucky you found the best people in the world. Friends are really something. And Holy Grace says, absolutely. Most people forget the success and pick on the mistakes over and over and over again. Yeah. Poison, poison, poison. Mm-mm. Oh, Zyka says, I think men should compliment and be more affectionate with other male friends. I am that way. I don't know what sort of men you're surrounded by. Kaz has never felt jealousy, and Deborah sees this exactly, but also not look for rejection or mean-spiritedness when it isn't there. It's on the person being mean. It will come back to them. Carrie says, Kaz, you're a good person, Dacob. There's people out there who just view everything as an attack on themselves. Oh, yeah, but that's a narcissistic behavioral pattern right there. A person who makes everything about themselves. It's like you're talking about something, and they start immediately projecting like, but you didn't mean me, right? I'm like, no, I'm literally talking about something totally different. I didn't mean you. No, I didn't mean you. Like, why would you think that? Because like they make it all about themselves, and they got to work on themselves though to let that go. Yeah, Sarah B says, sincerely, that is always me. I feel like the cheerleader for everyone. It's rarely reciprocated. Yeah. And I know exactly what you mean when it's not reciprocated, because you keep giving and giving and giving, and you don't get that positive energy back from anyone. And that is, that makes you sad. That makes you sad because it makes you feel empty. I know. I've been there. I've been there. Thumb up the live stream, you guys. Thank you. On TT and on YT. Insecurity is exhausting to be around. People who are happy with their selves can more easily celebrate other people's wins. Misery loves company. No, but also misery wants to suck off of the energy of positivity. You know, they come for you when you're successful. They ignore you when you're down. When you're down, they beat you even more. Yeah. But when you're up at the top, they'll want to suckle off of that nectar that you have. Velasco says, seeing people happy often inspires me. It makes me feel their energy. It really does. But yeah. So I was talking about the bros who are scared of being affectionate because they have fragile masculinity. Oh, that's their problem, babes. You shouldn't care about, that's their problem. It's not your job to solve their insecurities. That's also something really important. Like they have to acknowledge the fact that they got the insecurities and then they got to work on it. Hi, Val, on the TT chat. Hi, Istvan. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. Anyway, I have another topic for y'all. If you break it, you buy it. Okay, let's do it. So, and okay. If you break it, you buy it. What do you think about that? Is that something you agree with? Like if you enter a shop and accidentally knock down something, porcelain thing, it falls, it breaks a glass or a piece of furniture, or if it's a shop, it's one thing. What if you enter, let's say, a bar, a pub, a cafe, and they have really kind of bizarre furniture that maybe wasn't meant to be where it is, and maybe you enter the place with your kid that's 3 years old and your mom, the kid's grandma, who's in their 70s or 80s, and you're having a coffee and an ice cream, and you go to pay for it. And in the meanwhile, at the table, at the wobbly table, your kid accidentally leans on the table falls and breaks. Granite stone table. And then the cafe owners kind of attack you and don't even ask you how your kid is. And they just tell you, well, that's $1,600 and you're not allowed to leave this store until I have all your intel, credit card, address, la, 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 la. How do we feel about that? Well, guess what? It's something that actually happened and it's going viral on all social media platforms at the moment. So we have to talk about it because it seems like a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this. Now, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Subscribe, thumb up the video. But this is a story, a lady, the mother, called Beauty Hut on the TT, went to a store called, well, a cafe called Hazel Boutique Cafe, where she got a coffee and an ice cream for her 3-year-old daughter. Now, I think we have some media for that as well to share. And I have, yeah. So she goes to the cafe. She's there with her mom and her daughter. They have the coffee. The daughter has the ice cream. The mom goes to pay. And the whole story that I said, I'm repeating again. The daughter leans on the table falls, breaks, chips, whatever. The daughter is apparently in shock because this lady made a TikTok video saying my daughter was in shock because of the sound the table made, and she was like not reacting. And so the owner didn't like say, oh my God, is your daughter okay? The owner was like, give me the money for the table. Let me show you the table. So now you see, you sit there or wherever and you have your coffee or whatever. This is the table. Now, first of all, people on the interwebs started noticing something wrong with this table. And I kind of have to agree. Yeah, it's a heavy table. Look, all of this rock stuff broke as the table fell, so they kind of picked it up again. But here's the thing, you guys. If you look at this table, it only has 2 legs, and it doesn't seem very stable. So it turns out that people are saying, well, this table was never meant to be a table. It was meant to lean on a wall as a hold all something. But apparently this bar cafe owner, either because they didn't want to buy the real version of the table with 4 legs to save money, or because they thought this was more cutesy to save space, tighter little long thing. So they got this instead. And a tiny little 3-year-old girl who doesn't weigh anything to push such a heavy stone thing down is scary. If it fell on her, it could have broken her bones in half, okay? Like 600 pounds the table weighs, or what? So now, it doesn't even look like the top is attached to the legs. Well, here's the thing. Huge drama started on social media because the mother posted a video explaining the situation. The cafe owners from Hazel Boutique, they have a social media platform as well on IG and TT probably, but IG. They had videos of customers in their establishment. On one of those particular things that they posted, videos that they posted, there's like a group of people on a table just like this one. Maybe it was actually this one even. And they were all around the table, and I think there was like either they were celebrating a birthday or something, and the ladies gently leaned on the table. The entire table went almost down and then up again. So this was sometime before the little girl made the table fall by accident. Now, as people from social media started noticing this video, they also screen grabbed the video. In the meanwhile, Shady, the owner of this establishment, takes the video down. The incriminating video that shows how the table was super wonky and wobbly and almost fell sometime prior to the little girl coming with her grandma and her mom to the establishment. So they wanted to hide this apparently because, like, of all the videos and posts you have on your social media, that's the video you decide to take down? The one video where people are noticing that this table was super wobbly? So apparently the table is 600 pounds heavy, or 272 kilogram. That can crush some bones. So this table falls. The little girl is in shock. The owner doesn't ask the mother, hey, is the little girl okay? You know, could have broken her spine. Think about it. No, he's just like, I want $1,600 for this. And you're not leaving I'm not allowing you to leave until you give me all your information. She's like, can I take my daughter to the hospital? Like, I want to see if she's okay. I'll come back later to settle this, but let me go and see to my daughter. And then she also said that her mom, who's an elderly lady, was also super upset by this. So because her mom was there too. And she was like shocked and got super nervous and stressed. And so the mother is trying to help her mom and her daughter while the guy or the woman or whoever was in touch with her, the owner, were like, you're not leaving. Girl, we want the money. We want the money. We don't care how you are. You see, okay, here's the thing. It's one thing if you are in a furniture store where you break the furniture that they sell. But even then, if you're in a furniture store and you break the furniture that they're selling, those are usually exhibition samples. It's bad if you break them, but like even that, you know. But this is a cafe. The table has also, regardless of the fact that this table, according to many people, should not even be standing in the middle of the room, but should be leaning on a wall and then screwed to the wall because it's that type of table. Even if we forget that part and you just consider the table is in the middle of the room, it fell and it broke. Okay, the table has been used. The table has already been used by many people. It's already been through a lot. Now that it broke, you want me to pay you the full price of a table that you already used? And also, by the way, this is your business. This is your cafe. You know how it goes with the taxes. This table was probably tax deductible for you because when you bought the table for your establishment, it's part of your business. You bought it for your business. So this is an expense. This is a business expense. So you probably got tax deduction for the furniture you bought. I'm just speculating here, of course. I don't know for sure, but like being a business owner myself, that's what you do. you deduct it from your expenditures. So I'm like, so you could have deducted it from your taxes. Plus you've been using it for a while. That means it decreases in value. But now that it broke, you want the full price of the table? And that's what you claim is the full price because you're not letting her leave the store, but you're not showing her the receipts of how much you paid for the table. You see what I mean? There's so much shady stuff. And you never once, according to the mother, asked her if her daughter was okay. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go to court or whatever, who's going to sue who, if they're going to sue or whatever, but like the fact that this establishment took the video down of the table being super wobbly shows us, at least in the court of public opinion, that they're guilty. Allegedly. Jenny Young says, very unprofessional. Natalita says, I would go mad for my child being hurt by that table. Velasquez says, absurd situation. Robbie says, with the right leverage, a toddler can pull a dresser down by standing on the edge of an open drawer. That's why we brace them to the wall. Deborah says, owner has a duty of care to provide safe environment that doesn't have dangerous tables. Counter sue for nervous shock. John Paul Jones says, what is this, the Flintstones? How terrible. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. There you go. All right, guys. Well, let me know your thoughts down below. Who's right here? The mother with the little kid or the owner? And why do you think they're right? Let me know down below. Love you loads. Thumb up the video, subscribe, and never give up on love. Bye. So yeah. Can you believe the audacity? Hi, baby Gigi, Claire Gigi. Hi, Nessa 3R Rai Pi. Hi, Dacob, it's Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Oh my God, you're on the TT. How's it going? Whoop, whoop. Cha, I almost couldn't recognize you from the photo. Oh, miss you too. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, sociopaths, I had to experience with that, unfortunately. Yeah, I read that one already. Oh, man, how's it going? Oh, well, there you go. We gotta go to the escape room. We got to escape the escape room. Sarah B says they sold ice cream. So they have children in this establishment. So it was simply not safe. That is a big problem. Period. Good point. Deborah C says people who aggress like that, first off, are usually conscious of guilt. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So anyway, that was another little topic I prepared for you today. I hope you had fun. Yeah. Okay, so let me type that off as done. Oh my God, you guys, I have usually the next topic, usually we say Floridian audacity, but not this time. Nope, this time it is Californian audacity. Oh, Jen says, Dacob, your channel is like therapy, entertainment, fashion news, gossip, and friendship all in one. Oh, Jen, thank you. Well, I'm so glad you joined us. You know, as they would say in Italy, alla faccia dei troll, che vogliono accusarmi di cazzate. So, Deborah says exactly, or the kid is superhuman in strength. No, she's a tiny little kid, 3-year-old girl. We're not talking about a Lábuba pushing, you know, no, come on. You know what I mean? Let me touch up my makeup because oily. I've been sweating up in here. Carrie says, as a mom, I would have just looked at her straight in the eye and said, you for real? Yeah, seriously. But she was probably in shock as well. You can imagine, like, your daughter is like in shock, is not reacting, not responsive. The table fell, huge bang on the floor. Your mom is like nervous, shock. You know, you're trying to make the best out of it too. Like, I'm sure she was also like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? A bad situation all around, really. You know? So anyway, okay. This is Californian audacity. Our mail isn't safe.
I mean, of course, we're worried.
Stolen cash for luxury. Our mail isn't safe. Stolen cash for luxury. Let's talk about this. Now, it's been a while that I have kind of stopped shipping anything to my address because, like, the postal services are sometimes very iffy. Stuff gets stolen all the time. I'm just like, I'm going back to the 80s or 90s where, like, no online ordering anything. There was no online. So you just go into the shop, you buy what's there, and you call it a day. Well, except, you know, so checks arrive in the mail and stuff arrives in the mail. So still, things can get stolen. Well, according to the U.S. Sun, their article is called Going Postal. Sick pics of USPS worker flaunting cash and luxury vacations online after stealing checks, debit and credit cards from the mail. Now, you might say, okay, so that's the news, whatever, we don't need to watch the video. Oh, no, you do. You do, because this is a doozy. This nifty little lady, not only did she steal, but she also flaunted it on social media. Girl, I'm like, really? Oh my gosh, you gotta see. Okay, so I have a couple of pictures to show with you. We're gonna go through them and we're gonna kind of like, this is on a whole other level. This is not like, okay, let's secretly snatch a little something here, a little something there. No, this is like acting up on social media like you're living, you know what I mean? A very much Anna Delvey moment, but different, okay? So according to the article, this is hilarious. Smug pictures of a former postal worker showing off sacks of cash and lavish trips have emerged after she was caught stealing. Now, here's the thing. So she's in custody now, but apparently it took, I don't know why the article doesn't explain this, but it took the authorities like many months after they found out that she had a lot of stuff at her home. They still did not arrest her. And then many months later, they finally arrested her after she allegedly continued stealing again. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, never rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But imagine this, you guys. Okay, why, like, I have questions. Why did the cops not arrest her? Why did they let her, like, keep stealing for another couple of months, like half a year almost, before they finally arrested her? Well, let's see. Her name is Program. Y'all, the name. Marianne Magdammit. It's Magdamit. But I'm like, when I read the article the first time, like, wait, her surname is Magdammit? You cannot make this shit up. So, Marianne Magdammit, 31, admitted to pocketing credit cards, debit cards, and checks on the job to fuel her lifestyle, which included tropical vacations and Rolex watches she flaunted online. Let's show Exhibit A, baby. Let's bring in the pictures. I covered her face out of, decency, because I don't, she's online. It's very, you can find her Instagram. I mean, IG. So anyway, who would post this on IG? Y'all, even if this were money that was earned by legal means, I still would never. Anyway, so this is somebody else's money, allegedly. And so Marianne Magdammit pleaded guilty to stealing mail containing checks, credit and debit cards, and personal information while working for the U.S. Postal Office. And why is this money more white than that? Are these real? They look very pale too. This looks more like real money. What's going on here? Something. Okay, we'll go. Then the next picture. The caption that she put in her life is good. Yeah, you're paying for the champagne with somebody else's money. A picture posted on Magdammit's former Instagram IG shows her sitting poolside with a glass of champagne. Oh, I love how the article says, credit U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California. There you go. Y'all. Holy Grace says, could be fake cash, but people are very dumb. Many criminals really do out themselves so easily. Moving on to the next picture. Breakfast. Rodeo Drive, baby. Yeah, McDammit. She went to Rodeo. So McDammit pleaded guilty to the fraud on Monday after she was first arrested on July 1st. Her sick scheme, as per reports, lasted 3 years as she worked at the Torrance, Maine post office in southwestern Los Angeles County, California. The former mail carrier stole mail containing checks, debit and credit cards, and personal information while working at the post office from 2022 to July 2025, the attorney's office said. She would activate the cards and cash the checks online and then use them to make massive purchases. The Nectarine Man is asking in the chats, why do so many criminals go out of their way to incriminate themselves? Well, Magdammit, why did you incriminate yourself? Not Anita says, well, we live just once, though. Thought she. Yeah, right. So, on her Instagram, McDammit proudly showed off the stolen money in sick pictures showing her posing with stacks of $100 bills held up next to her face, which we've seen earlier. She shared pictures of piles of money sitting in her lap while sitting in the driver's seat of her car. Maybe that's the next picture. Let me see. There you go. There you go. You know, I mean, look, we can, we can talk about a person outing themselves by doing this. We'll go. But it's like, it's an ugly picture. No, let's just for a second talk about the composition of this picture. This picture, the composition, it just ain't right. Okay, it's like what sort of why how do you, man, learn to take a picture. Jen says criminals are often proud of getting away with their crimes and can't contain their smugness. Maybe that was the itch and the scratch in this situation. This is just beyond words, I wonder if she would be that type of criminal that would hide in the trunk of a car and then the cop would knock on the outside of the trunk and she would knock back and out herself, like some people do. So, what else we had here? One snap shared on her Instagram story showed a tall stack of bills that was captioned, "You ever been hurting while grinding?" Wait, do we have that picture? This is the one that had that caption. So, Los Angeles, California. So, McDammit's Los Angeles apartment was raided in December 2024. One snap shared on her Instagram story showed a tall stack of bills that was captioned, "You ever been hurting while grinding?" Y'all, I mean, this is just... This... Yeah, Holy Grace is like, the location tag. She's like literally telling the cops, here's where I am. You can come and get me now. I'm ready. John Paul Jones says she's busy trying to flex and is busy being done. Oh man. This is something else, huh? It's a lot of money though. McDammit wasn't shy about flaunting the expensive items she bought with money she stole from unknowing USPS customers, including a Rolex watch and designer items from Louis Vuitton and Dior. And the mail thief also shared pictures from glamorous vacations. One photo showed her lounging by a pool. We saw that one already. And then it says McDammit also sold stolen cards to other people who allegedly helped her cash stolen checks by making fake IDs. And everywhere I go, she's like, everywhere I go, I buy some. She's like, you guys, I don't even know how I do it. Everywhere I go. And none of McDammit's alleged co-conspirators has been arrested, the Department of Justice said. Federally insured banks and credit unions were victimized in this scheme, the Justice Department said. Police caught on to the plot and searched McDammit's apartment in December 2024. Here are the items that were found at Marianne McDammit's house on December 4th, 2024. Police searched now convicted mail thief Marianne McDammit apartment and found the following: 133 credit and debit cards not in McDammit's name, 18 gift cards, $5,927 in cash, 16 U.S. Department of Treasury checks not addressed to McDammit, 4 business checks not addressed to McDammit, 3 money order receipts, miscellaneous mail and bank letters. And then they also found a pew pew unloaded. No, loaded. A loaded pew pew. And over 20 luxury designer items worth $21,000 in total. Source, the Department of Justice. Girl, this is a lot. Now, despite the damning discoveries, McDermott wasn't arrested until July, when the feds found out she was still buying things with the victim's stolen cards, the DOJ said. They raided her apartment again and found more stolen cards. So basically, it's almost as if from this article, what I gather is last December 2024, they like broke into, I mean, they had an arrest warrant or some warrant, search warrant. They came into her house, found all that stuff, still didn't arrest her. If that wasn't an alarm bell for her, I don't know what would be. And then now in July, they finally arrested her after they inspected her house again. And they found that since December, since the first time they were in her house, they found new incriminating evidence in July, and then they finally arrested her. I'm like, why did you take so long? What did you think? Like, it was all a misunderstanding? She's been in federal custody since then. The Torrance Police Department didn't immediately return the U.S. Sun's request for comment. But last Monday, she pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit bank fraud. 2025, y'all. 2025. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Good luck to the people whose stuff was stolen, whose mail was stolen, whose money was stolen. Good luck. I hope they get it all back. Love you loads. Subscribe and thumb up this video. Never give up on love. Bye. So that happened. Can you believe? Once she was rich, says Natadita. The next man says only 5K in cash and 20K in luxury in the first time. So she thought she was getting away with it. Oh yeah, because that was like Wicca. Wicca. We don't know what could have happened, but she's arrested now. For now, I would say. For now. Because you never know. Did she stack up all those bills herself? Oh no, Val, my Wi-Fi stopped working at the worst time. Of course, Murphy's Law. All she was missing in the car photo was a Birkin or a classic flap, and she's an influencer. Yeah. I was also thinking instead of the pile of cash in the car, she should have had like a Birkin there and like her nails done and the Cartier and the Van Cleef Arpels jewelry, you know, the starter pack for the influenza. For the influenza. You know, there's a vaccine for that. Here's another funny story. Fabergé eggs. You know, I mean, most of you have heard about Fabergé eggs, right? They're very popular, or used to be very popular. I think even Kate Moss has a very special Fabergé egg. You know, everybody who has dealt with riches, who has dealt with millionaires of some kind, or has family that has handed them down from generation to generation, has something to do with Fabergé eggs. These are all credit from the Fabergé website. Anyway, so these like special little eggs that are manufactured with a lot of attention to detail and expensive materials. Girl, I just never cared for Fabergé eggs. I mean, on photo, this is so tacky. Okay, look, let's just put it this way. This is not me, okay? So, but hey, if you love it, you know, if you want a butt plug with a lot of pearls on it, that's on you. It's just not me, or it's just not me right now. But yeah. So anyway, the company was failing. The Fabergé company was about to go bankrupt, and a Russian tech guru bought them. Of course, it would be a Russian buying Fabergé eggs. Who knew? So he bought it for a couple million, I don't know how many, hundreds of millions of dollars. He bought the Fabergé company, and yeah, now a tech guru owns the luxury butt plugs. Isn't that fabulous? Look at that. Another picture. Oh, look at that. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. And then we have another one for you. Oh. Oh, oh, this, this. Oh, oh, clutch my purse. Good for him. Well, good luck to the Russian tech guru. Enjoy your egglets. Madison says the gold one is ribbed, lol. Period. She needed a Chanel double flap for privacy. Ah, yes, for the bills. Oh, man. So there you go. They're so pointless, those egglets. Very rich and very shiny. Very Russian is not the deed, right? I'm telling you. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got the Lábuba story. I know all of y'all have been sending me this. Okay, let's film this one. Do we do this background for that? Yeah, because it's totally Dacob. But I'm Italian and my mother would have called them cazzetti inutili. IYK. I'm sure you will understand. Like cute maybe, but basically they serve as dust collectors. Yeah. Porcherie inutili. Cazzetti inutili. Bellissima quella. Sì, sì, beh, la mamma sa sempre, eh? Mom always knows best. So, Nectarine Man says, I'm sure Diddy has a few anklets. Fabergé. John Paul Jones says, so tacky. Clutch the butt plug, LOL. Oh! So, well, we'll go. Where was the, oh yeah, Lábubas. Okay, so I have news for y'all. Wait, let me take one of the Lábuba. Let me take a Lábuba. I started calling them Lábuba. Because I'm not, you know what, I'm so done with these Lábubas. You know that Lábubas made their way to Germany now? Apparently Berlin now has a Pop Mart. I'm like, oh, bless. 2 years too late, but okay. Anyway, so Lábuba, let us make the video. Wait, is there a photo for the Lábuba? I'll check in. No? Was there media for a... Oh yeah, there is at the top. Okay, I see it. All right. $30,000 of stolen Lábubas covered in major California bust. Man, we're going to have to start saying the Californian audacity. Can you believe? Oh, we didn't prepare. Hold on, guys. So was that the Elvis Presley accent? Oh, wait, he would have said Lábuba? No, I don't think that would be Elvis. I mean, maybe. No, I don't think so. I think he would have said Lábubu. I don't know. Would he? Lábuba? Oh my God. I was at Norm's some time ago. The waiter told Elvis Presley. I mean, he was like Elvis Presley in his last days. I could not understand a word he was saying. So he came to take the order. He's like, oh, would like a burger? Like, what? He had the sideburns, the glass, everything. He was Elvis in the later days. And, you know, I was just like, just expect, I'm like, I would like the chicken wings. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, okay. With sauce? Barbecue sauce? Like, what does he say? He was Elvis. And I couldn't understand a word. You know what I mean? So anyway, okay, let's film this. The Lábubas are at it again. $30,000 worth of stolen Lábubas have been recovered in major California bust as per abcnews.go.com in California. The Lábubas. Mine was purchased by me personally, not stolen. Okay. Hashtag bought for real. Also hashtag not sponsored by Pop Mart. Like I bought this. I made the little outfit for my Lábuba myself. It's a little princess, a little Chanel ribbonlet. But anyway, so you guys, police in California recovered approximately $30,000 worth of stolen Lábuba collectibles that were stolen in multiple trips over several days, police said. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Subscribe, thumb up the video. And I have a point to make here. Stick with me to the end of the video because I have a question to ask, because this is very bizarre what happened here. So the Chino Police Department detectives recovered the Lábubas after serving a search warrant at a home in Upland, California, where they found 14 boxes of the stolen merchandise, along with evidence indicating the items were about to be resold and shipped across the country, according to a statement from the department. Here's the thing. Because let me show you the picture of them finding the stolen merch, the stolen Lábub. Chino or Chino, I never know how to pronounce it, police. So this is courtesy of the police department. I mean, you remember the days when the police department would capture criminals and then like they would photograph weapons and cocaine? Now it's like the police are very proud to announce that the Chino police are very proud that they busted the Lábuba ring. Because just swap the Lábubas for pew-pew and drugs and you got it. No, times have changed, okay? 2025. This is the bust. And detectives said they've been investigating a burglary where they say suspects would enter a warehouse and steal boxes during several trips over multiple days containing the highly sought-after Lábubas that are often sold for high prices online. And then they said during the investigation, a search warrant was served at a residence in Upland, Chino, officials said. One suspect attempted to flee, but ultimately surrendered without incident. Detectives recovered 14 boxes of stolen merch, along with evidence indicating the items were about to be shipped and sold. The recovered property was quickly returned to the rightful owners, police said. Police did not say if any had identified any suspects or brought any charges in the case. Now, here's what I want to say. I told you at the beginning, like we're going to talk about it in the video. Here's the thing. Oh my God, everything's falling. The Lábubas. I got, there you go. Here's the one. Checkmate Lábuba that I have dressed up with a little tiny Chanel baglet, going shopping with the Barbie hat. Yeah, you looking at me? Me. Look at that. Okay. So, here's the thing, you guys. Since when does the police manage to find the culprits and manages to get all the stolen goods and give them back? And I'm like, really? Because last I checked, when you go to the cops and you say something of yours of value was stolen, they're like, good luck. Yeah, we'll investigate. Good luck. But no, when it comes to Lábubas, it feels like this has been priority. They have found the culprits. They have found the Lábubas. They are returning the Lábubas to their rightful owners. Okay? And that's it. Case solved. I'm like, okay, so we managed to find stolen Lábubas, but what about jewelry? What about, luxury bags? What about that guy? Remember that content creator that has like gazillion followers online? He was just a couple of weeks ago. I made a video about it. You guys remember in one of my live streams, I was talking about this guy who was walking down Rodeo Drive. He's like in his 20s. He has millions of followers and subscribers. And he was flaunting, and he has a security guard. He's walking down Rodeo Drive with literally a bodyguard. And he had like a diamond necklace. And this guy, like this car stops, guy jumps out, like whacks him in the face, pulls off the really expensive diamond necklace and kind of runs off. And this guy has a torn shirt and is like all shaken up. And they saw the car, like they saw the license, everything. And the cops arrived and he was filming on his social media. And he's like, this guy, just came out of the blue, stole my thing with the car, ran off. We filmed this, that. And the cops are like, oh, well, yeah, you should be lucky you're alive. Like, okay. So then he said in his video, I forgot his name. He's like, oh yeah, Nectarina, right? He said it was like $300,000 or something, the necklace, you know. And the cops are like, I'm like, okay, so but the Labubu, the 30,000 Labubu, we got you. We got you. We found them. But the guy who was like almost unalived on Rodeo Drive for a necklace, like, no. Where are those robbers? Why were they not caught? This is what I don't understand. It kind of almost feels like the easy stuff is being prioritized rather than the complicated stuff. Because, look, I know Labubus at the moment are still, for now, very popular, but they ain't gonna last. So I don't feel like you're gonna have really dangerous criminals like dealing with Labubus. So I feel like whoever got the brilliant idea to break into the warehouses where these were stored to snatch them, these were people who maybe also like Labubus themselves, and they thought, yeah, we could earn some money on the side with them. But this doesn't seem like an organized crime ring to me. Unlike the people who follow content creators around when they live stream trying to understand and pinpoint which part of the city they're at so they can drive to them to try to snatch something expensive off of them and really hurt them in the process. Like that seems more organized to me, like a ring, you know? So I feel like why isn't that being treated, you know what I mean? Because like a life was involved. It seems more organized. This seems like a couple of friends got together, got the brilliant idea. Let's do the Labubu thing. You know, let's get some money off of Labubus while we can. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit tricky. I'm just saying. Also because he caught the police officers talking to him on camera. You know, the guy from Rodeo Drive, and they were. Yeah, they were filing the report. They were doing their job, but like the way they were talking to him, it didn't really give me vibes of them like taking him too seriously. Maybe because they thought he's a kid, he's like really young and like overreacting to this, and maybe because he was also filming it for his social, you know what I mean? Like maybe that also made them react a certain type of way, but I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's a life at stake here. Like it could have ended really badly. Um, I don't know. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm super glad that whoever the proprietor of these Labubus is, I'm super glad that they got them back. And I'm super glad that the criminals were caught. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, can we also catch the other ones? You know what I mean? So, anyway, I mean, hey, but I'm glad that the Labubus are safe again. The Labub, all the little tiny elves from the forests, the big ones, the medium ones, the little ones, and the Zimomos. I think these are the Zimomos. I'm glad that all of them are back safely in another warehouse where they will be sold again, this time legally, but they still will be sold. So you see, at the end of the day, it's the poor Labubus that suffer. Who asked the Labubu if it wants to be sold? Who asked the Labubu what it wants? It's like the Labubu doesn't care. The Labubu is like, okay, well, yeah, okay, so these guys wanted to sell us. Okay, so now you took us away from them and you gave us back to the other people. Now the other people are going to sell us. Yeah, somebody's going to sell us no matter what. So the Labubu doesn't, you see what I mean? It doesn't change anything for the Labubu. Poor Labubu. Yeah. This constant selling of Labubus gots to stop. Respect the boob. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. And until next time, don't forget to never give up on Labubu love. Bye. So this was kind of a tongue-in-cheek topic. Don't get all riled up about it, guys. So, you know, and yes, exactly. Hashtag free Labubu. John Paul says in this economy, flexing around like this is so stupid on that guy's case. Anyways, yeah. But people do it, especially young people. They do. Well, also some older people do it. in the situation we're in right now, is this is no time to flex like that in public. It's like, I completely agree. I mean, unless I don't know. I mean, unless it wasn't all planned. It's a possibility. Maybe it was all planned. We never know, It's like it's my word against yours and blah blah blah. So it's like, what are you gonna prove, this or that? And then I'm talking for like, content creators doing all those videos about like broken into, stolen, this or that. Especially if it happens on the street and somebody's driving by and then they like kind of, take your stuff. And I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself, well, that got you even more views now. So was it part of was it constructed? I don't know. Was it, like, did you plan it out together with colleagues or paid actors? Sometimes it happens. Look, famous people who are not like necessarily on social, like that are not social media personalities, they do it too. I mean, when they go to a bar or somewhere, they go to paparazzi area, they call the paparazzi on themselves. They're like, hey, like they leak intel to the paparazzi. They're like, hey, this person, and they call themselves, this person is going to be here at that time, blah, blah, blah. And then they dress up all nice and then they get caught, doing something by paparazzi. Why? Because they hope they're going to get published in some, newspaper so that they can stay relevant. And then they act like, oh my God, no photos, no photos. You caught me. No, no, no. But they called the paparazzi on themselves. So you never really know these days. Seriously. Yeah. It's tricky. It's difficult. There you have it. Carrie says, the Kardashians call the pops on themselves. Oh, yeah. They're like, oh my God. Like, are you guys gonna come and take a photo? I've seen Khloe Kardashian at the sushi restaurant. The vocal fry at the sushi restaurant. So yeah. Oh, the Nectarine Man says, I watched a Tamara video. She says she loves going to Monaco. Because of the sun? The culture? No. She can flaunt her wealth with freedom. To her mainly working class viewers. So out of touch, says the Nectarine Man. Wow, did she say that? Really, in her video? She said that she likes to go to Monaco to flaunt her wealth in peace so that nobody can snatch it from her? And oh my God, Nectarine Man says yes. 5 Foot Nothing says I saw that too. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Wow. Wow. So wait, so she made a video in which she just says like, I love to go to Monaco with my bags. Well, no, she talks with a little different accent. I love to go to the Monaco with my... Federico Bauer says, who are we talking about? We're talking about Tamara, baby. Tamara Kalinic. Wow. Is she really said that? She goes to Monaco so she can show off her wealth in peace? Man. And wow, this is like a golden, it's like, well, how do you call it? Like, it's like, you've handed me this on a silver platter. I don't even have to think about making a joke about this. She literally made the joke herself. Wow. I'm going to have to find that video and hear her say that. That is on another level. That is like, man, that is like, wow. Just when you thought that Australia could not get, you couldn't beat Australians. There you go. You got a Serbian chick in Monaco. Jennifer L says, hi, it's Jen from TT. Hi, Jen from TT. I see you on both chats. I see the cat on one side, and I see you with the sunnies on the other side. I feel like she's obsessed to be like this Kamani lady. Who's that? I feel like she's delaying her wedding just to make it better than this lady's wedding. Is she delaying the wedding, or is the Italian guy delaying the wedding that she's supposed to? I forgot his name. Pietro? Paolo? Teodoro? Come si chiama? Il suo promesso sposo. Carrie says, I've been to Monaco. Girl, try carrying your high-end bags there. You're going to get mugged. Filippo. Filippo is his name. Okay. What did I say? Pietro? yeah, that's the one. Filippo. And have a safe flight, Federico. Have a safe flight. So, Muniamos. Oh, God, you guys are ruthless. Munia, I'm just reading here. Don't shoot the messenger. I know how you love to hate me if I'm critical to somebody, but here Muniamu says, no, he a social climber just like her, not gonna leave her at all. Allegedly, I'm just reading what somebody else wrote. Okay, but here's the thing. If he's a social climber, wouldn't he want to marry her super fast? Why are they waiting so long? I don't know. I feel like there's something more there. Oh, Velasquez says she said she has a very sick family member. That's why they slowed down. Oh my God, there's so much I want to say, but I can't. I have to stay likable, relatable. You know, all the stuff that all the fake content creators do, you know, to make us viewers believe like they're authentic and that they really are interested in what we do, when in reality they could not give two shits about you, the viewer. So yeah. So no, I was thinking like, ooh, there's a lot to say here, but we're gonna stay relatable and likable. Carrie says, yes, we have to stay correct, politically correct. Right. Oh, Holy Grace, you've seen the 50 centimeter Kelly. Most obnoxious thing I've seen. I think there's even a 60 centimeter Kelly. Oh, influenced by David Beckham. Well, of course, she can't be influenced by anything under her. She has to be influenced by somebody who she aspires to be, like David Beckham. The Greenman says, agreed, Holly. It was ghastly. You guys, I don't know. I don't even watch her anymore, so I have no clue what she's up. But hey, maybe this video, maybe I should watch it because this seems juicy. This seems juicy. Okay, I have a question for you guys. So you watched that video. Is anybody in the comments underneath that video coming for her? For being so out of touch, allegedly? You know what I mean? Like, are there any negative comments under that video, or are there only positive comments, which would mean either the viewers don't get it or certain comments are deleted? We don't know. We don't know. Kaz says, not that I saw. Carrie says, like, barely. Most of her comments when I watched it were all doting on her. Velasquez says, yes, they do. I read last week a few very critical comments. Okay, Velasquez, you read the negative comments underneath that video? about her being out of touch, but not that many. Okay, are those comments still there now, or are they gone? Because you know what I mean? Are those comments still there, or have they now disappeared? That's also an interesting point. She doesn't get a lot of comments, really? But she has a lot of subscribers. How come she doesn't get a lot of comments? That is always super sketchy. When you see a video, like when you see a content creator get a lot of subscribers, but then the videos also get a ton of views, but they don't get a lot of comments, they might be buying views, you know. We know a few. We know a few. We we know we've seen a few. Heidi Higginbotham, how's it going? Good morning. And yeah. Oh, Madison, for sure she could, if she wanted to, she could filter. Yes. Yeah, for sure. If she wanted to. If she wanted to. Nectarine Man says, I went straight to the chats to see if others saw what I saw. I left 2 comments. One was shady, one was the slightest bit of shade. Only the one that could go over her head remained. So the other one disappeared. But you got to be careful. You did not use any weird words because YouTube kind of filters that out. You know, like don't, be very careful with your speech. Don't use certain words, because sometimes it filters it out automatically. If you were just being shady without using the words, then the comment would remain, but don't go sending anybody hate comments, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not send anybody any hate comments. That is a bad thing. I get them every day. I don't delete mine. Usually I like them all. And I'm like, thanks for the engagement. Oh, you hate me? Oh, bless. Thanks for watching. Yeah, because look, haters are also lovers because they love to hate watch. Haven't we learned anything from And Just Like That, the TV show? Most of the people really love to hate watch that show, and they watch it and they watch it and they watch it and they make videos about how much they hate it, but they know every detail about the show and they hate it. And then now that it's over, they're like, oh, why is it over? I want to keep hate watching. I'm that show that people love to hate watch. Yeah, but so I don't take it too seriously anyway, but I'm just saying, please don't do it, don't go writing nasty stuff on other people's channels. Of course, do not do it. Oh yeah, Holy Grace, that's really well put. Actually, haters are the ones most believing in your success. Period. Period. Alina says, give love to everyone. They will be seething after all the love. Oh yeah. You know which ones I love the most? The ones that write me stuff like really nasty things and usually also homophobe stuff, because whatever, what can they use against you? They use that because they believe in their microscopic brains that just because, homophobia is being more and more normalized these days, it's going to be like that forever. No, we are in a shithole at the moment, but we're going to get out of it. Don't worry. And we won't forget. But here's the thing. I love when they write really shitty stuff about me to me on my channel. And then they add, you probably won't even see this comment and you're going to delete it. And then I always comment no, I don't delete any comments. Actually, I'm going to like your comment. Here's a little like for you. And then you can see when the content creator liked your comment. I'm like, here, no, I'm not only am I not going to delete your stupid comment. You're so desperate. You want to like. Here's a like. And then I click like on the comment. The only times that on my channel comments disappear is if YouTube flags them for whatever reason. They internally do that sometimes. That disappears. I don't see it then because they flag it for whatever reason. They do that sometimes. And sometimes they do it also to comments that are not negative, which I don't understand. They have very weird system, So you never know. So, oh yeah, something is off. I'm just seeing here, you guys. So Tamara's video from 3 days ago, 100,000 views, 108 comments.
I mean, of course, we're worried.
It does not look, yeah, no. A 108 comments on 100,000 views. Something is not okay. Because 100,000 views, you would have thousands of comments. I mean, unless all of them are going into held for review folders before they are released, and somebody is paid to read through all the comments first, proofread them before they are released. Maybe that is happening, but 108 comments for a video that got 100,000 views. You guys, it's I mean, come on. Yeah, we can only speculate here, but it sounds a little bit fishy. Are we surprised? Asks Nectarine Man. I mean, fake it till you make it, I suppose, is the motto, is the word du jour. Okay. It's a little bit sus, yeah, but like, no, we're not surprised though. I mean, maybe some people are. I don't know. I don't know. But if you have 100,000 views on one video alone with only 108 comments, it's something is weird. Yeah. Because usually, I mean, you guys, like, on some of my videos where I get like 1,000 views or 2,000 views, I get like 80 comments or 100 comments. You know what I mean? Like for 2,000 views, 80 comments or 100 comments. Now imagine 100,000 views and the same amount of comments. Like something is weird. Of course, it depends on the video. Like some of my videos are more engaging, where I ask a question to my viewers and people feel propelled to, you know, to write their opinion, to interact with each other. Like there are videos that have more interaction, and then there are those videos where I kind of just deliver some information to you guys, and that information doesn't necessarily require your interaction. So those videos don't have as many comments, but still, nevertheless, 100,000 views is like 100 comments. I mean, yeah, guys. You can buy comments as well. Yeah. Muniamu, but you can buy comments, can't you? Yes. They just appear a little bit weird and they don't usually. I mean, AI is getting better. I think like you can buy comments, I think, that like sound like something like a real person would say, but usually it like comments when you, yeah, usually they're like, oh my God, love it, amazing, you know, like heart, like stuff like that. Um, the numbers from the latest one, nearly 45K views, 131 comments. Ah, really? Yeah, so anyway, Maria sending hearts. Thank you, Maria. No, but look, it's sounds like they bought the views and not the views and comments bundle pack. Oh, that's the Monaco vlog? I don't know what to tell you. Um I mean, you can buy views on YouTube officially. YouTube charges you, like you can buy views so that they can show your video to more people. They can charge you for that. But anyway, I don't know. But my question is, Nectarine Man, why would you even watch her? Like, why did you? Because you don't seem to like her content. And Kaz, you too. Like, why did you guys? This is what I want to. This is what I'm interested in. Why did you guys click on it? If you're already like kind of, because honestly, and I'm not throwing shade at you. I'm just trying to understand because the way that I've been trying to preserve my mental sanity, okay, these past months. Oh, okay, wait. Nectarine Man has a reason. Okay, you're typing it. This is gonna sound really silly, but Oh, Cass says, always watch her videos because they make me laugh. Okay, so you think she's really entertaining. That's a good thing. Like, she makes you laugh, like, because she has comedic timing, or she's intelligently clever in her joke telling, or Carrie says, I'm not hating, just amused by her content because it's so out of touch with reality. Munyama says, I don't anymore. I genuinely start feeling it is cheap to wear Hermes after her. Okay, well, for me, I have come to the conclusion that I do not watch things that I don't appreciate. I just what and I'm good, and I feel much better doing so. Um, oh, Cass says not really. I laugh at the ridiculousness of it. So Nectarine Man, what you said? This is gonna sound real silly, but you didn't send the reason. What happened? Why are you watching? Because you guys, lately, okay, she does put some cute little outfitlets together, and she's on when I'm in my wardrobe when putting a look together. I see. So she's really doing her job right. She's an influencer. She's inspiring you to dress up as well. You see? So that means she's doing her job right. Anna Christina says, I watch her too. I like to see nice vacation places and stuff, but I don't have the need to be besties or aspire to have the same. But I think that's a healthy approach. I know what you mean, Anna Christina, and I think that's a healthy approach because, like, you take out of it what you want and what you feel helps you, without like feeling, envious, jealous, or hate watching. So I think that's a healthy approach. Cass says she does do good outfits. Dee says, I haven't watched her in so long that she no longer appears on my feed. I can't really relate to her. Anna Christina says, yes. Nectarine Man says, all the stuff outside the looks is a bit barfy, though. Carrie says, I love Hermes, but watching her unbox bag after bag makes me feel icky. I do think that her makeup is nice, though, because I'm a makeup artist. And Grace loves fashion, says, I feel like she's a nice person. Holly Grace says, I think she's influencer starter pack. I mean, I really don't know what sort of person she is. I don't know if she's a nice person. I don't know if she's a bad person because I've never met her in real life. And yeah, what I see on camera, I don't trust. I can say that much, yeah. So I would really need to spend some time, real life, to assess the situation properly. And I would also need to meet her in a social environment with other people where there's like business involved, and then to meet her outside of the social environment in private to see if anything changes in the behavior. Because you can see a lot how a person is when they're private and when they're public. And that can tell you a lot about them as well, right? How they behave. And yeah, but I do wish her all the best, you guys, because I mean, it's really not tough, probably also being in Italy, especially now with all the stuff going on in Italy, is also a tough cookie to be in right now. So, more power to her for keeping up her energy, her vibe. She just keeps powering through and working, working, working. So I respect that. I respect the hustle. I do respect the hustle. I just really don't know her personally, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Oh, Velasquez says she comes across as natural, even if everything is constructed. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. Nectarine says, I hope she's a nice person. And she does seem like that, but she's so superficial and woefully out of touch. That's all. I wish her the best. That's as per the Nectarine man. Yeah. She works hard, says Kaz. Hard worker. Yeah. Yeah, she seems to have a very solid work ethic. Works a lot. I wonder what's going to happen. So when all of these like this whole generation of these like young influencers, men as well, but mostly women, what are they going to do when they get a little bit older and a new generation takes over their spot? Like, how are they going to make their money? I mean, they're probably earning a lot now, so they're going to put it aside, I guess, by properties like houses or something, and then sell those or something, or rent them out. But like, or maybe they're going to invest in something. I don't know. But like, what are they going to do when they're no longer in? You know what I mean? Because it's a very time limited job being an influencer. Oh, they're going to be, Munyamu says, well, they're going to become HR. Velasquez says, I watched her a few times, weeks, and then you have seen enough, though. Yeah, for sure. You overdose, yeah. Side brands, says Holly Grace. This is why they start side brands. Cass says, I think she's set for life, really. She's pretty smart. Carrie says, honestly, I wish the best for all these fashion influencers. She works hard, but eventually a sense of reality sets in. I watch a video once in a while, but I definitely can't watch her more than once a month. Yeah, it's like I get it. You want the flavor sometimes, but not every day, all day. But you guys, to be perfectly honest with you, though, let's be real here. Um, in general, when somebody, creates content that you like and you might fall in love with the vibe and the energy that they have, and it might be in line with your energy in that moment when you discover their channel and then you start binging on their channel, 90% of the time when you do that, you end up hating that person because you overconsume, you binge too much. And then you, from an admirer, lover, you become a hater. And that happens to everyone sooner or later. So I've also had people like watch, and I remember sometimes like somebody would like, I see a comment under one of my videos saying, oh my God, I just discovered your channel. I love what I'm seeing. And then like they start bombarding with comments like video after video, like every, my videos are usually, I don't know, between 20 and 30 minutes long. And then every couple of minutes I would see popping up a new comment, the same person for like 2 days straight. They would be like, the first comments are like, amazing, I love your content, you're amazing. Oh my God, let's be best friends. Da, 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 da. I love this video, like bam, 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 bam. And then after the second day, the admiration comments turn more into like questions. And then by the third day, they're critiquing you. By the fourth day, they hate you. And I'm like, here we go. So I always say, enjoy in moderation. Enjoy in moderation. And yeah. Oh, Cecilia says if they're smart, they invest their money in property and stock market. Holy Grace says influencer is a very new career, not a future-proof career. And Blue Egyptian Lotus says, I can relate to Tamara because of her former profession. She is a pharmacist. If the influencing ends, she will be fine. I think her dad owns like a pharmacy or something. I binged on your channel, says Velasquez, and still really appreciate you, Dacob. Oh, thank you, Velasquez. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Terry, thank you. Terry says, I don't watch any other fashion channel except for Dacob. I quit watching them years ago. Thanks, Terry. You and Velasquez, rare examples of somebody who's not like over exaggerating with my content. Nectarine Man says, also, I need to make it clear she's not the only person I use when putting looks together. One of the least used, actually, but she's good when I'm going for a certain mood. Cecilia Brown says, I've been binging on your videos and still watching you. Oh, thank you, Cecilia Brown. Cecilia tomorrow, like, I'm done with you. It's over. Alina Poe says she's Serbian and watching her sometimes because it's so rare for a person from our country to be successful. But to be honest, I really don't like the unboxings. Who else would be successful from your country? I'm trying to think. Currently successful. Oh, the singer, the one that Beyonce copied. What's her name? What's the name? No, Novak Djokovic. No, that's a tennis player. He's successful too. What's the singer's name? The one that like everybody copied. Karleusha, I think her name is. Karleusha, right? The singer. She's like super, like her style was copied by the Kardashians, and then people called out the Kardashians. Karleusha, right? Isn't that her name? Wait, what do you mean Robin from Sweden? That she's from Sweden. Is she Serbian? No, Robin is not Serbian. Oh, good, really? She's like the Serbian Lady Gaga. Yes, Karleusha. Yeah. She's super popular. Oh my gosh, Beyonce copied her. Look, you guys. Yes, Yelena, that's the one. Yeah. Ah, there you go. Vel loves her. Vel says, Yelena Karleusha, my queen. Yeah. Yeah. So she's really popular. Like, the pop world looks at her and copies her looks and stuff, and she's ahead of her time. So no, you see, there's other people from Serbia who are also successful, right? And who? Yeah, but Robin from Sweden, I don't get it. Why are we talking about Robin? Is Robin Serbian? Or did I miss something? Is Robin originally from Serbia? Really? I didn't know that. I'm a little bit shocked now. Is she really? Robin, the singer, Robin. No, I thought she was like, yeah, Swedish or wait. Well, subscribe, you guys. Follow me on TT. Subscribe to YT if you're watching. Oh, no, she's not. Okay. So she's Swedish. Okay. Robin. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Well, in any case, good luck to all of them. What can I tell you? It's not like I've been watching a lot of these things lately. Look, the stuff I do on YouTube at the moment, when I watch stuff, it's usually, I told you already a couple of weeks ago, I watched the, oh gosh, traveling through space, like the future of space travel. Is there any life on any planet outside of the solar system? Like, I watch all of these, astrophysics channels, and then I also watch a lot of toy reviews because that's kind of so detached from life that I feel like, yay. So I watch that. I watch the news a lot. I shouldn't because that just stresses me. So I should definitely not watch so many news updates all the time. I should just like kind of zone out for a couple of days for my own mental health. And then I also watch some channels that kind of post like cartoons from the 80s and 90s that you can watch for free. Gem and the Holograms, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really need a break, so these things like kind of cleanse my mind so I can deal with the reality of the world after that. And but also I find I find it comforting to create content, to film videos, not just for the main channel, but also for the other channels like the Perfume channel and the pop culture channel. It's very, it gives me a nice, balance. Perfumes currently relax me very much, and when I make a video about perfumes, it's very soothing, very kind of relaxing energy. So in fact, on that channel, you also notice a different energy. And also on Totally Dacob, on the pop culture one, it's like very much simple, entertaining, innocent vibes, like Labubus, like, the Ninja Turtle, Hello Kitty. Oh, speaking of, oh my gosh, look what I also got the other day. Is this the open one? Which one is the open? This one. Child, there's a lot of green. McDonald land, y'all. I got the grown-up Happy Meal. And it's really bizarre because, like, well, the burger gave me the shits. I can tell you that much. So much for elegance. The quarter pounder.
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land.
That's right, Onijah. Our queen Onijah. And so the burger gave me the shits, so we're not going to do that again. So if I get one more of these, I'm going to order the chicken nuggets instead. And I thought, oh, okay. Okay, give me a tin box. I mean, it's a cute tin box. So I got Grimace. Purple is one of my favorite colors. And I love Grimace, so I'm happy I got Grimace. And look, Grimace signed it, and they like kind of made like Grimace. That's Grimace's handwriting. Oh, Val, yeah, I forgot. You told me earlier. New Shalimar incoming. Can't wait. Is it going to be rose? And so you take the tin off, and then this feels like a Chanel advent calendar from 2021. You know, the one that cost $800? And then it was full of stickers? There you go. You open the little tin bag box, and it's full of stickers. I'm like, really? This is what we paid all this money for? Stickers? Okay. So this is the special milkshake sticker. The actual milkshake is this color. I couldn't do that because I'm lactose intolerant, but I would love to try it. It tastes super artificial, I was told. Then going to Grimace Island sticker. Also came in this package. Friend of Grimace sticker. Also came in the package. Grimace is that girl. Yes, Madison, period. Oh, Val says it will be an eau de parfum, allegedly has some similarities to the vanilla millésime they did a few years ago. I thought they were going to do a rose millésime. Okay, so this one I cannot show you the back because it has a code to unlock features, but this is the thanks for traveling to McDonald's land. So this is kind of like a little travel card with like stamps, and the back of it has a special code. Says the code is a one-time use. Expires on the 5th of October, 2025. Okay, so I don't know what this is. We'll figure it out. I guess I have to check online to see what it is. Then we have another sticker, McDonald's Land Passport. Here is the Grimace Passport. Hobbies, crashing birthdays, and skateboarding. Favorite color is purple. Star sign Gemini. What? Hi, Sylvia. Sylvia says mother. Grimace? Passport? Type A? That's the signature again. Most likely to throw a lit birthday party. I don't know what this is. Why does Grimace have hair on this picture? It looks like a mugshot. So then we got this sticker. Madison says, Gemini? Oh, hell no. Grimace is a Gemini, y'all, apparently. And then you get 2 postcards. Grimace Island. Greetings from Grimace Island. I mean, it's nice artwork and nice design, but these are all like freebies. This should not be in a... You shouldn't have to pay for this, you know what I mean? And then the other one is McDonald's Land. Postcard. And that's it. Hi, Sasha Sanchez. Yeah, Gemini, lol. I know, right? So that's it. You just get a bunch of stickers and these little cards. Like, okay, girl. I mean, I guess the tin box is kind of cute, but what are you going to put in the tin box? Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so, and then it comes in wrapped in plastic in the McDonald's Land paper. And then that's the box. I'm like, and I got the shits for this? Girl. This is what I got the shits for. No, thank you. Oh, really? Grimace gives you Sagittarius vibes? Donatella Grimace. Oh, Sylvia, that's a good one. Hi, Merch Helen. Carrie says the tin is so flat for all your receipts. Yeah, period. Sasha says, hey, beauty, I was listening and getting ready. Very happy to have your company always, love. Aw, thank you, Sasha. Glad you're with us. Madison says, lol, 30 minutes on the toilet for this? Can you believe? We still have Crocs and McDonald's down under, I think. Stanley, shut the front door. Wait, it's been a year. You still have... Fruit fly. You still have... Really? After 1 year? That's a... Like, how many did they make? How many did they make if after 1 year you still have Crocs in Happy Meals? We had this Grimace thing in Austria, and I was so mad about it because all my vanilla shakes tasted like blueberry because they used the same outcome. Oh no, Larissa. Even the white ones? The shade. McDonald's is something else, isn't it, these days? Well, I can tell you this much. From a cheeseburger, I'm fine. The quarter pounder did not bode well with me. That's all I gotta say. So, Val, yeah, of course I was expecting a new Shalimar to come out. I just didn't know which one it was going to be. But they didn't officially say which one it is. So it's probably a millésime rose or something, right? All had a hint of blueberry. And you don't like the blueberry. I was at HomeGoods the other day, and I saw next to the cash register like syrups to add to coffee or to add to your drinks. Usually, those syrups are pure sugar. Well, I saw blueberry syrup by Martha Stewart, sugar-free. And I thought to myself, what sort of ungodly, beastly thing is this? A sugar-free, sweet sugar syrup, but sugar-free. I read the ingredients. It was, yeah, it was a mess. All artificial flavors. No, I did not try it. No, I just saw the bottle. It was a big bottle. I did not buy it. I did not try it. Oh, Carrie says, I love Martha, but I went to the restaurant in Vegas and the food was not it. Ooh, wasn't good. I didn't know Martha Stewart had a restaurant in Vegas. It gets really weird once you buy sugar-free caramel syrup. Yeah, that is bizarre, isn't it? How does that even work? Ah, so the restaurant is called the Bedford? And Martha is the owner, or is she like co-owner? Like she's not responsible for the menu. Is Martha Stewart overrated? I mean, depends what you like. She has some cool design stuff. She doesn't design it herself, obviously, but she has a brand and her design team, they do some cool design stuff. And I have a couple of her Halloween decor items that I got last year, like like one of those like snow globes, but like with black glitter snow with an Edgar Allan Poe crow inside with a book of spells inside of the crystal ball that's a snow globe. That was Martha Stewart. I thought that was cute. Oh, she did create the menu? Ooh, and you did not like it? Yes, Madison HomeGoods has always bizarre food like Dubai chocolate jelly beans. LOL. True. The other day, they also had like a ton of Dubai chocolate versions of everything, whether it be wafers or chocolates or pralines. They might have even had the jelly beans. I think it really exists. Sasha says, I do like Martha, but I'd pay to see her in the Bedford cooking 14 hours straight. I just want a reality TV show of Martha hanging out with Snoop Dogg. That's all I want. And I just want to see them chill all day, talk about whatever they talk about, and I just want to hear everything they talk about. That's all. Oh, Carrie says, the menu is not too bad, but the prices are insane and the service wasn't good. Ah. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, services has been an issue lately in general. Everywhere you go, I feel. Oh, really? Carrie says, much preferred Vanderpump's restaurant. Tacky, but in a great way. Hey, I love a good tacky moment. If trash is done right, the John Waters way, then I'm all for it. Jose's Cafe sells blueberry coffee beans, a seasonal item. Very good to mix with your fave regular coffee beans to add a hint of blueberry. Huh. I've been just on a s'mores kick lately, so for me, like, I'm not really in the berry mood at the moment, like berry flavored stuff. It's more like Trader Joe's s'mores with a lot of milk chocolate, just a smidge of crunchy cracker at the bottom, and a teeny tiny marshmallow in the middle, but it's kind of drenched in milk chocolate. Okay, that's been my guilty pleasure. I don't know why. It just has. There you go. And they have a very interesting, intense packaging, like flashy orange with very kind of retro 50s font style text. Trader Joe's, how they do with their like flashy colors. Oh, Reese's Pieces is your guilty pleasure? Yeah. S'mores at TJ Maxx, we'll have to check it out. S'mores at TJ Maxx? No, Trader Joe's. Oh, TJ's Trader Joe's. Yeah. In the orange packaging. I think they're like $4.50 or $4.90, like around about $5. Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. I have to go check that out. Was it good? Your husband enjoyed it? If you're gonna go for a celebrity restaurant in Vegas, then that's the one for sure. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, chances are, I'll just end up in a McDonald's anyway. Look, eat what you know. Eat what you know, baby. Oh my God, 3.5 hours. You guys. Oh, and that's our show. We've been around for ages. Thank you, mods, for keeping us safe. Oh, Carrie, I love my McDonald's too. Hashtag not sponsored. Hi, Jack's Back Attack. Hey, sweetie, how's it going? We're just ending the show though, but glad you're with us. And yeah. So also, don't forget to subscribe and follow. Thank you to all my TT viewers and all my YT viewers. No, and oh yeah. And just like that, well, it's coming out tomorrow, the last episode. So we're going to be reviewing it hopefully on the weekend. Well, in my next live stream, whenever that will be. Eat what you know, right, Blanca Ratka? Period, baby. Period. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, mods, for keeping us safe today, because you know who the trolls are. You know who the trolls be. So hit it, Bubbles.
special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. That's my horror, all 3H, Gloria, Kev, Nicole, and Terry. Bubbles loves you.
Aw, thanks, Dacob. Much love. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Joy Love C. Thank you, Val. 5 Foot Nothing. Terry. Blue Egyptian Lotus. Stanley. Alina Bo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Pow, 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 pow. SR. And we'll go. What was the we'll go? We'll go next.
Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, 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 would go.
Yes, Quins. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And then we got Livin' Ferret. Where's the Livin' Ferret? Oh, little teeny tiny Livin' Ferret. Today we have a Livin' Ferret.
Living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
And my scent of the day today was Egoiste by Chanel, which is what I was wearing during the stream. Little intel, because I know Vel was asking at the beginning of the show who was wearing what. Diane Ferret. Where's the Diane Ferret? Oh. Shopped too much at Chanel, have we?
Lying ferret, lying ferret, lying ferret, lying ferret, lying ferret.
Resuscitate, resuscitate. Wake up. Oh my gosh. And that was the Diane Ferret. Period. We love Egoiste, right, Vel? Oh my gosh, yeah. I have to, I have an updated review on it. I have to. Anyway, that's a whole topic for another day. Queen Camilla, here's to Charlie. Period. Here's to the royals who started it all. Oh, we have Linda in the house. Listen, Linda, where are you? There you are. That were T-Rex Linda. Pew, 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 pew.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
Good girl. We got the Listen, Linda. I think I am obsessed with this. Today, the obsessed song is for this little thing. I have the little rubber thing so it doesn't break. This one.
I am obsessed. I am obsessed. I am obsessed. Oh, oh.
Yes, this little tiny ceramic thingamajig. Ah, love it. Love it. Obsessed. Tiny little trinkets, darling. Little tiny thins, trinkets, darling. We love them. Speaking of sweetie, sweetie, darling. Loved seeing Joanna Lumley in Wednesday season 2. Not going to spoil it for you, but it's worth a watch just for Joanna Lumley. Patsy Stone with an American accent. Oh, cha. It was a bit painful to hear her try not to speak with a British accent, but she's fabulous. She can do no wrong in my book. Yes. What else is there, song-wise? We got Baby Yoda. I think that's the last one, right? Cha-cha-cha-cha? Oh, really great to see her. I'm obsessed with that cat cup. Oh, this one? Not Adida? It's a cutie, right? Yeah, there's some really awesome Halloween stuff here. Like, you want good Halloween for good prices? America is where it's at. Hi, Corey. How's it going? And we're ending the show, though. Ah, there's Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. Are you good? Wait, I gotta go. Baby Yoda, sing cha-cha-cha-cha.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao.
and off he goes. That's Baby Yoda for ya. So glad to have made it today. It was fun minus my Wi-Fi issues halfway through, says Vel. Teresa E says, hi, Dacob, and everyone in the chat. Slade will have to watch. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hi, sweetie. Robbie Lorraine. Cecilia Brown, 5 foot nothing. Black Radka, Kuma, Nadadida, Sheridan F, Teresa E. And also, always I say hi to Confucia, because I know Confucia usually sends a little heart at the end of the show, sometimes at the beginning. Ooh, child, time to put that hair up. It is so hot up in here. And hold on, let me whip up. Look at this crests. Let me whip up this hair, okay, period. Period. Cecilia says, thank you for another fab live. Have a great week, Daco. Oh man, thank you too. Looking forward to seeing what sort of comments we get up in this biatch at the end of the... You never know who's lurking in the shadows. I know you're lurking in the shadows. As one of my favorite TV shows, What We Do in the Shadows, I want to say, whatever you do in the shadows, trust you me. I've been to places that are darker than you could possibly ever imagine. So no matter how much you think you are lurking in the shadows, stalking me, I'm always a couple of steps ahead of you in an even darker shadow. So, as they would say in Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return, try me. Love you loads, guys. See you all in the next stream. And until then, never forget to never give up on love and wear some nice perfume. Hi, Kate Moore. How's it going, sweetie? Glad you're with us, even though it's the end. But you can rewatch the beginning, which was very juicy. Thank you to the troll for making it more interesting. Love you loads, guys. See you all in the next show. Never give up on love and have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye. Mwah.